Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 5 of Color Guards. We are a live stream D&D channel focusing on LGBTQ stories, storytellers, and characters. Thank you guys so much for joining in tonight. We know that everybody is incredibly excited for the premiere of the new Game of Thrones season, so thank you all for tuning in. We will definitely be watching ourselves as soon as the stream is over. We cannot wait. A few quick announcements. Thank you so much to Flip and the Combined Effort, who you just heard the musical stylings of before our stream. They are a local band who also supports LGBTQ members, with a few of them themselves being members of the LGBTQ community. They are actually going to be playing this Friday at Three Links in Deep Ellum for Ska by Ska West. Yes, that is the name of the musical festival. It's fabulous. So if you really liked what you heard, we'll continue playing some more of them during the break as well as after the show tonight. So if you really enjoy their music, please make sure to check them out. They are absolutely fantastic. A few other quick notes. We are Twitch affiliates, as we discovered a few weeks ago. We're super excited. So you can continue to subscribe to us through regular subscriptions, or if you are an Amazon Prime member, you get one free Twitch Prime subscription a month. You do have to manually resubscribe every single month, so please remember to do so. But you can let your friends know, your colleagues, anybody who's really excited about D&D, whether they are a member of the LGBTQ community or not. We also are super newbie friendly. This is Sarah's 5th game.
Yay!
just playing Dungeons and Dragons for the first time for this stream.
Yeah.
So we are very newbie friendly, and we can continue to promote that side as well. We're very excited to do so. A few quick notes about this week's schedule. Unfortunately, yesterday we were not able to do a rebroadcast of episodes 3 and 4. So this coming Friday night, we are actually going to do a special rebroadcast of episodes 3, 4, and 5. All together through the night with members of the cast and the crew hopping into chat as they are available to answer questions and things for you guys. And then this coming Saturday night, we're actually going to do a special stream for you all. We're going to have some mini painting. We're probably going to play a few games of Commander that we're all really, really excited for. So definitely stop in with us that night. You can hang out, just get to see us kind of be regular people as opposed to Lucian and Thone and Korak and such. So definitely make sure to join us Saturday night for that. With that, I think that concludes all of the announcements that we have right now. So we're going to go ahead and bring things back to the world of Ravnica. So, last time on episode 4 of Color Guards, unfortunately we were missing the dear Lucian, who was called away by his family for special business. The party managed to meet up with Korak's Izzet contact, Kapesk, who is a Viashino engineer who specializes in recreating natural wonders and phenomena through science. To get a little bit more information about the Izzet Vidalcan engineer who was unfortunately murdered by one of the party's foremost antagonists, Lady Vey, the, at this point, supposed Demir's spy who has it out for them after disrupting some type of engagement that she was involved in. The party then continued to meet up later that evening, minus Lucian, of course, at the hideout for the Shattergang brothers that Darrison was able to get information for, and that was the Kindle Coal Pit off of 10th Street in Precinct 6. They met there, meeting up with Gardagig of the Shattergang brothers, one of the 2 leaders of the Shattergang, as well as Gardagig's assistant Bab, who was not a fan of the fake names that were given to her, but that's fine. Yes.
Fake names.
She really hates unnecessary eyes, y'all. But utilizing those contacts and the potential services that Darrison could give with his allies, the party was given a little bit more information about what was going on with this Thopter conspiracy. Apparently the Shattergang were actually hired out without a given name And of course were then thrown under the bus. So to get back at those that were responsible, the Shatter Gang was able to find out a little bit of information and find that there was a Izzet engineer who worked over in the blister coils that was potentially involved with this process. So they passed along that information to Darrison and the rest of the party in hopes that they were able to do something about it. In exchange for legal counsel that Darrison readily agreed to, without somebody's information.
I have my own book now.
He does have a law book, y'all.
Studying up.
And before the party convened for the evening, Darrison and Luminita decided that they were going to go check out a hideout of Lady Vay's that they had gotten information for through Lady Vay herself when she was charmed by Darrison, in efforts to stake it out and see if they could find out a little bit more information about it, while Korak and Thone called it a night and agreed to meet the next day early on so that everybody could reconvene together. So that is where we leave things off. So Darrison and Luminita, it is definitely nearing the end of the day. I need both of you to go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Starting off strong.
Oh, wait. Oh, I need the character sheet. Hold up.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
I got it. I'm with it. It didn't matter. 13.
13.
18.
18. Both of you are fine. You're used to late nights and doing sneaky subterfuge late at night in the dark. So the late hours don't take as much of a toll on you guys as perhaps others might. So it's not too much of a problem spending a few more hours up and about. So you guys make your way through the back alleys and the streets led by Darrison back towards the general area of where you were checking out before, the address that was given to you by Lady Vay. You guys arrive probably about 2 blocks out from it as you kind of like take a moment to yourselves.
Can we talk about the tail? That's what I would like to know. I know we've been talking and walking and doing these things. I really want to ask about the tail. Are we gonna?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have a tail.
Well, no, I figured that one out.
It comes in handy.
Seems very Simic of you to have a tail.
Well, you know, I know a guy who knows a guy.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what to do with that information about the tail, but we need to talk, since I have a moment, before we go crashing into a building.
I didn't say we had to go inside. I just want to get a good look.
Knowing you, we're going to be crashing into a building, and okay.
Okay, I'm not Thone. I don't crash into anywhere. I'm
I
quite sneaky.
I sneak.
Sleep under a
I will
tree.
not let the slander continue.
I feels like I hear Thone.
In my sleep, I'm
Awake
turning
from a
around to the
startle.
tree.
He's
like,
dreaming about it. It's a very vivid dream.
I'm very good at what I
That
do.
almost sounded like Thone was in the air. That was weird. No, okay, so this has been a very long day and a very long, interesting endeavor that we started, and I'm concerned because we're going to be working better and longer with each other than we usually do. And so I need to know if we're going to be on the same page, if we're on the same page, especially when it comes to Lucien, because I need you to not do whatever you're doing with him, because you seem to be buddying up with him, and I don't like it.
Look, Lucien, I mean, you've seen the guy. He's doing his best, okay? And, you know, I feel like he's kind of stuck with us for now, and we're kind of stuck with him, and I feel like if he's gonna get himself into trouble, at least he gets himself into trouble with a couple of professionals. We can keep him out of the worst of the trouble, you know?
I'm worried because I don't think, like I said earlier, this is a Zilzaxos, and we cannot be traipsing around the baby boy of the Zilzaxos family.
You keep throwing that name around, and honestly, I don't know why it's so important. What is Zilzaxos?
I'm so glad we're on the same page.
Okay. It's a name that. Ooh, shit. I'm sorry. It's a name that. I got flustered. It's a name that opens doors, and it also can condemn people, and it is a name that we cannot have attached to us. I promise. And it's not something that we. I don't know how to explain it, and it's something that I don't really want to say out in the world, because we just need to be careful when it comes to Lucian. We need to be careful when it comes to traipsing around golden boys, especially when it comes to me and when it comes to you.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I think we know each other well enough to, at the
Do
very
we?
least,
You have a
give
tail.
each other the benefit of the doubt. Look, well, I'm not spinning you any tales right now.
Oh my goodness. I can't
I'm-
with you.
I'm telling you that I'll take your word for it. If his name means something in this town, it's advantageous to us, and I understand that comes with a lot of responsibility, and that discretion is key. So I will follow your lead.
I
on
will
that.
tell you this, Jarrison, that if something goes down and we are going down with it, I am not going down with it. Not with the Zaxa name, not with any of this, because it's too much. And it would be too detrimental for me if I were to do that. So if there's something that goes down and Lucian's still attached to this, I'm out. I can't do this. I can't.
Well, the nature of our relationship, we always have an out.
Mm.
I don't plan on going down either.
Mm-hmm.
You may not believe it, but I'm a lot more careful than you think. I've had a tail this long and you never knew.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
I know it may seem unorthodox because we have very different methods of approaching a problem, but I do know what I'm doing. I've been at this for a while, and I have a lot of stake in this too. Okay? I understand that there's a lot more at risk than meets the eye, and I don't plan on going down either.
I believe you. And I think we're on the same page. And I think we might be more similar than I thought we are. So, and on that, I think we do whatever the Lady Vey thinks, so we can get this over with and we can come back to the Neanderthals and keep going on with this.
Well, it's a pleasure working with you as
Yes.
always,
man,
Luminita.
shady
Yes.
ass bitches.
I'm glad we are on the same page.
Okay.
I think we have a lot of unspoken rules that work well together.
I agree. So let's look into your plan for this Lady Vey thing. You have the most intel on it, and I would like to know what your plan is on this. And we have
Well-
to be a little bit more transparent when it comes to our plans.
The most of my intel on this is that there is no intel on this.
Okay.
Like, I know a lot of people who know a lot of people, and none of those people have even heard the name Lady Vey.
Mm-hmm.
She's a ghost. She's less than a ghost, because I know ghosts, at least. I know their names.
But where did you hear the word Demir? Are you sure, Demir? Are you 100% on that?
I mean, the Demir are very secretive, and I don't know much about them myself, but if I had to take a stab in the dark, she just screams Demir. I know Rakdos, I know...
What else do you know?
I've met Orzhov, I've met Azorius, I've met
Simics?
Izzet here and there. I know a Simic or two.
Okay.
She's unlike anyone I've ever met, and I've never met a Demir, so 2 and 2 together, I'd say it makes the most sense right now. And if that makes sense, then it makes sense that we watch our backs and watch each other's backs and watch each other's watching our backs, because I'm...
You seem scared.
Of you.
Well, we are being honest here. I'm not as confident as I may seem when it comes to Lady Vey. I don't know how she moves, I don't know where she moves, And I honestly don't know what she can or cannot do. So, for one of the very few times in my life, I'm at a loss with what to do with her.
And it sounds like it's one of the few times you've been honest, and I like that. So, okay. I'm trusting you as much as I can, and as much as I would allow. But, okay. So, we have no intel, and this is a building that I don't understand, so we need to, try and figure out a way to, I don't know, get some intel, at least if there's somebody in this building. So, we're 2 blocks out, so I guess we should get closer. Do you want to go up, since you have a tail?
I told you, it comes in handy
Oh
in
my goodness.
my line of work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from all I know about this place is that someone resides here from time to time. They've seen smoke from the chimney, and that's about it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's Lady Vey herself. I don't know if this is one of her contacts, a safe house. But I think if I go up, I'll keep an eye out for smoke.
Okay.
A little birdie might tell you if it's safe to move.
I would be okay with that if we wanted to do that. So, so yeah.
I
Great.
will.
So we have you going high, and you said, go ahead and roll me just a athletics check or an acrobatics check as you kind of like move from building to building.
19.
19, great. It's pretty easy here. You kind of cross over the street rather surreptitiously as much as you can, climb up alongside a building and continue moving rooftop to rooftop as you get closer and closer to Lady Vey's establishment, you sticking to the alleyways and as much trying to keep an eye on. Both of you go ahead and roll me stealth checks as you are keeping quiet.
Shit.
Oh.
6.
Oof.
Wait, I'm proficient in it, so 8.
8?
Still not great.
12.
12? Okay. This area of town is pretty close by to all of the main marketplaces, and a lot of the street lights and lamps are still lit, even this late at night, as a lot of the merchants are closing up shop and things. And so there is not a lot of places that you can relatively hide and continue to maintain watch, but you try to do your best as you go. It's a little bit easier being up top above traditional eye level as you go. So you both arrive probably catty corner to the building that you saw earlier, that you were given the information of, that you just kind of stayed outside of sight of. So both of you go ahead and roll me perception checks.
Natural 20.
Hey.
For perception, 9.
9? So you keep an eye on it going through. As you are looking out, you kind of like follow your eye line from the chimney. You don't see any lines of smoke. You look through the windows and you don't see any line of movement. You look at the door and it doesn't look flush with the door frame.
Okay.
It looks like it's off kilter or slightly open.
Okay. I want to check the door. Like how did I guess I'm gonna try to. I want to open it though. I don't know.
Do you want to sneak up to it?
Yeah, I want to sneak up to it.
Okay, there's a wooden staircase that leads up. It's on the second floor of this kind of building here. So go ahead and roll me another stealth check as you get up to it.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, it's a very creaky wooden staircase as you lead up. But as you get up to the top of it, go ahead and roll me an investigation check as you check out the door itself.
Son of a gun. 3 plus investigation, plus 1 plus so 6.
6. You don't see too much. It is pretty dark in here, but you can see the door itself is actually pushed in, and it's not like the doorknob itself looks a little off kilter, and it looks like it's just kind of, the door is left hanging slightly open.
Like somebody ripped it kind of thing, or I just noticed that it's not completely closed.
Since there's not a lot of light in here, you're not
Okay.
terribly certain.
And I'm in the building on the second floor.
You're on top, like you're out the door into where the address that she gave Darrison was is a room or something that leads to like a door outside on like a little second floor balcony.
Balcony. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I got you. I'm with you. Okay.
Think like up like a wooden fire escape
got
type
it.
thing.
Okay.
Little entrance on the second floor.
Okay.
And you can see Darrison kind of like leaning over the roof of the building behind you, kind of like keeping watch.
Okay. The door is open in some capacity. I can't tell what if we want to check it, but since we know that she is into magics.
Are there any windows?
Mm-hmm. There's like two windows along the side of you. They look rather frosted, and they don't look very like clear.
Can I make my way around to the nearest one?
You'd be able to like hop over to the building that Luminita is at and kind of like bend down over and like look into the windows.
Yeah.
Like.
Could I, if they're frosted over, could I try to prestidigitate the window a little clearer?
You can try, and unfortunately, it looks like the glass itself is frosted.
Okay.
So it looks like it's like naturally
Made
like
that way.
not. It looks like it's naturally opaque glass, so it's hard to peer in. But as you look in through the window, go ahead and give me a perception check at disadvantage since they are frosted glass windows.
I rolled 2 4s, so it's a 5 either way.
A 5. You can see the vague outlines of furniture inside, but you don't see any vague outlines of like people inside.
Okay. Is the door locked or latched in any way? The window?
Roll me an investigation check for yourself as you're kind of like.
Investigation is -1. 12.
12. When you are you looking at it from above, or do you drop down so that you're like on the landing?
If I can get like level with the windowsill, like as if I were to climb in if this window were open. Like readying myself if I needed to go in.
Are you looking at the door, or are you looking at
the
the
window? I'm sorry, the window.
Sorry. Okay.
said
It
door.
looks like the window is like latched from the inside.
Okay. I will signal to Luminita that there is a window,
Okay.
but it's latched. I will keep watch around here. If you go in, let me in through the window.
Okay.
I say through a complicated series of hand gestures that our characters are very familiar with.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely,
all right.
yes.
Okay.
Great.
So yeah, I agree with this. So I need to breach the building.
So you're just gonna walk in through the door?
I'm gonna just sneakily do it.
Phone stealth.
Keep
Okay.
an eye on the streets.
Okay, you walk through.
Okay.
As you walk through, give me a perception check.
Okay, here we go. Oh, hey.
Ooh.
17. What is the perception?
Uh-huh.
So 19.
19. As you walk in, now that you can kind of, as you walk in, you can see there looks to be some type of like toppled light. Maybe like something akin to like a lamp or something like that.
Okay.
Maybe like a small lantern or something that's toppled over, and it's kind of casting these big odd shadows from the angle that it is at the floor. As you pull the door open a little bit, you can actually see there are marks along the door frame and along the door that suggest that the door was bashed in. And you can see along the front, like right at your feet, you almost kind of like walk over it, is this tangled mess of like silver thread. That's kind of like right at the foot of the door.
Okay.
As you walk in, you can see the room itself with the small vague bit of light that you have of this kind of like toppled lantern. The furniture itself has all been like overturned and turned out. Give me a quick investigation check as you're kind of like looking through all of this.
13.
13. As you look through it, you can see vague signs of a struggle of some sort. You can see faint bits of blood splatter. And as you're looking through, you can see there is tons and tons of evidence of papers or notes or parchment that have all been like burned away or corroded away with acid. You can actually see there's like a little puddle in one of the overturned tables that looks like it's been divoted in from acid damage.
Okay.
And one thing that you see along the ground is a piece of paper that is probably the only piece of paper that's not been like burned away or like corroded away, that has tons of tiny little folds in it. And on the paper it says, "Nice try, Lady Vey."
I want to take that
Okay.
and just pocket it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, is it nice try, period, Lady Vey? Or like, nice try, Lady Vey?
Oh my
Addressed
goodness.
to Lady Vey.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The same way that the previous letter was addressed to Lucian from Lady Vey.
Ooh, interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I want to pocket it, and then and can I investigate the burned paper and the acid paper to see if there's anything else there, or is it like just completely gone?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
13
It's
plus
okay. You're stuck
16.
outside. You just
Okay. There is, as
So
you're
she
looking
opens the
through,
window.
you can see there's a mess of it at the fireplace. There is actually a fireplace
Oh, okay.
here.
Yeah.
And it looks like that is where a lot of it was disposed of. And you see there's one paper that's about half burned, but you do have like enough of it. And roll me a intelligence check, just a regular intelligence.
So 10. Where's intel? Oh, so plus 1.
Yeah.
So 11.
11. So looking over it, you can see that there are parts of this that look like a list, and it has Zloval, and then like the start of what probably would be her address. It has it's partially burned away, and then the back, a little bit of the back half of it is still readable, and it looks like the address of the Izzet facility that you were given. And then one of the other lines of it, you can partially make out looks like it was the address of the Azorius facility that was crafting the
Oh, okay.
things.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool.
So it looks like this piece of paper was a list
Okay.
of the various locations and persons that were directly responsible for the crafting of these thopters.
Okay. I'm going to keep that too.
Can you pocket that?
But I'm going to keep that out, like in my hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you pocket the Nice Try Lady
Yeah.
Vey now.
And then I keep the other
that
one.
one out.
Deceptive.
Darrison, roll me a perception check at disadvantage since you were looking through frosted glass.
14.
14? Cool. Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Shit. So 3, so 5, so 8.
8? Okay. You do see her pocket the first note.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
But yeah, you are there in the room, and Darrison is there at the closed
I'm gonna
window.
give a little, very light tap on the window, like. Let me-
Oh yeah, so I'm going to let him in. Even though it's...
We're casing the joint first. It's fine.
Yeah, no. Also, I'm like, why would he not go through the door? But neither here nor there. I'll open the window and let him in. Yeah, and then he can partake in looking at the room itself.
So she searched like the office area or just like this living area?
only
You look through
areas,
there. This seems to be like a one. Like there is a lavatory facility, like room, but there isn't like it's like one room, and a bathroom.
There's no like bedroom. It's like
yeah.
studio.
Like
And
a
it looks
flat.
like there's like a mat or like a mattress that's been like completely upended and like thrown up against a wall. It looks like this whole room has been like gone over.
Okay. Can I go back? Can I go back and look at the door? You said it was like busted in.
Yeah, and you can kind of like look now. You see signs like along the door where it latches, at the door and at the door frame of like splintered wood of somebody busting the door in.
You said there was like silver thread on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Could I take that?
Yeah.
Could I collect that?
You just have like a messy silver thread.
And is there a chimney in this apartment?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
fireplace.
because there's a
Would be-
fireplace. Yeah.
Okay, so just connecting all my dots.
And you can see there's a mess of like burned and destroyed like parchment and things around it. You can see a lot of evidence of like
Well, burned in there. Well, this seems like it was a bit of a bust.
I mean, I found this, which just has addresses of things that we've already looked at. And I couldn't find anything else, really, honestly. And I don't know anything about the silver thread. Do you know anything?
I'm not sure, but if it was on the door, I assume it
In
was
what
of
way?
some sort of importance.
Yeah?
roll an
I don't know.
Arcana check.
That's an
No,
epic.
you've never heard of this before.
I don't know.
It
It's
just
silver.
looks pretty.
I mean,
Could be valuable.
You'd,
I don't know.
you would
This
know
place
more
is
than
a
I
dump.
would.
Why would they have silver?
I don't know. I don't know the
I'll
answer.
ask someone who knows more.
You're
than
trying
me.
to help him, y'all. You're trying to help him.
I'll ask
Um,
someone who knows more than me.
Yeah, so I guess keep some of that, and we. I mean, I don't see anything else. So apparently there was a struggle, and
You did see like blood splatter.
oh, and there's
in some
blood,
places.
and I'm assuming. I actually don't know the answer to this. All blood is red in this world, or no?
Well, like human blood is.
Okay, I just that's what I wanted to know. Okay, okay.
The blood on in the apartment is red.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so assumingly,
Presumably.
presumably, assumably, no. So one would assume that it was human blood. Good night. Whew, that Constitution check did not work. So yeah, it was apparently a struggle, and I don't have any ability to check the blood. I'm not a scientist of any kind, so I know.
Neither am I. Do you think it was Lady Vay's, or
No.
that she was responsible in some way for what happened here?
No, I don't.
She broke in and killed the
She can.
scientist earlier.
Well, yes, but I mean,
did.
maybe she killed somebody, but I don't see any indication of anything that would. Where would the body be? I mean, the other person, the Slovov person, there was a body still there to illustrate a point. So I don't know what this is. I
Do you
don't
think-
know.
They survived then, or
Maybe. So I don't know if we can. I don't have any tracking skills to see if there was somebody that ran.
it's
So
not
I think
necessarily my forte, but
so.
does it seem like any of the blood left this room? Like, is there a trail in or out?
Make a survival check to see if you can track a blood
13.
trail. You do see you do see blood spots and blood splatter within the main room itself. It's not a lot. Like, it's not like a puddle and pool of blood on it. You do see some more along into the bathroom area. It looks like maybe the struggle continued there. And then you do see, like, faint bits of droplets that lead out the door.
And certainly not enough that someone died here. There was a fight, blood was drawn, but
you don't see enough here within the room itself.
well, from what I can gather, there's not enough blood here for a murder.
I would agree with that.
So, I'm confused as to why Lady Vay would ask me to meet her here.
It might be a shelter. It might be a front. It might have been a goose chase.
Roll an intelligence check.
19. 19 minus 1, 18.
So she invited you here when she was under the influence of
Yeah.
your charm spell, thinking that you were an ally.
Yeah. That's why I'm confused as to why she invited me here on friendly terms, and someone, I guess, got into a fight here. And,
Beat us to it, basically. So there's another player on the field, I would assume, of some kind. So, I mean, there's not much to go off of that list, and the acid letters that are happening here, and somebody ran. So,
Roll an insight check.
2, so 13.
13. With the acid and the burning, you get the idea of, like, burning and destroying information.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Somebody had to get out of here quick, and without any paper trail. And so I don't think it is Lady Vay, because why would they do that, or why would she do that if she was the one that was attacked? You see what I'm saying? I think she's the one that somebody came here that wasn't supposed to be here. She burned her joint and left, and it's very light because it just said joint. She burned her information and left. That's what I think happened. Then I don't know if we'll have any more information outside of what we see here.
well, it seems to me like there's not much else for us here.
No,
And I wouldn't like to stick around at a crime scene any longer than I'm needed.
that's true. So
So-
yeah, let's I guess head our separate ways.
Dip and reconvene tomorrow.
Yes, under Thone's tree.
Meet up with
Retreat.
the rest of the gang.
Is it the same tree? Or
It's
is
a
it-
different
it's a
tree.
different tree.
He just deemed this tree his.
It's a different tree. The
Whichever.
group together, Darrison gave them all a location of a, like, somewhere to meet in the morning nearby that he knew would be, like, okay to chat at. And Thone and Korak found a tree nearby said location to sleep under.
Okay. Yeah, I need to go. I need to figure out what's going on with Lucien, and I need to figure out if he's still involved in this, if he's still going to be part of our whatever we're doing, and yeah, and apparently sleep and maybe do a little bit of my job. I have no clue. I'll figure it out. There's a lot to do in the wee hours of the morning, so yeah, I'm leaving.
Well, let's crash and
Yeah.
see you bright and early.
Okay.
Okay. So you both head your separate ways
Yeah.
and go off to get night's rest and meet up with the thing.
I will
Right.
be crashing at my contact's house.
Good. The place where
I'm
you
up there,
plan on
yeah.
having the rest of the group
Yeah.
meet up.
So I'll be
Okay.
there. first.
Wonderful. So we come to the next day. Darrison has sent word to Lucien, so Lucien will know where to meet in the morning.
I was wondering about that.
Just probably a scruffy-looking stranger probably just approached you on the street, handed you a letter, and said nothing, and walked away.
Absolutely.
Boy, that's
Because that's the
shady.
way we communicate within my circles.
There you go.
Shady ass people.
So the next morning comes to, and Korak and Thone, you find yourselves waking to another hot summer morning here in Ravnica. You're probably about 15 to 20 minutes out from the location that you had agreed to meet up with Darrison and the others in the morning. So you do have a quick moment to yourselves as you both are walking there to check in with each other.
So, these people,
What people?
the people we've associated ourselves with, I
The
suppose.
small people?
Yes, the tiny people that I could throw.
Yes. They all kind of look the same.
They do, unfortunately, as humans are. You're okay with their whatever, their let's hide in the dark
They're
style?
cute. Sometimes I like picking them up and petting them. Gotta let them play their little tricks and do their human things.
I suppose, but it's I think it's futile
It's
the way
cute.
they act. This let's sneak around and
Well, it's all futile. That's why we should just relax, smell the flowers, and take out the Azorius.
you can go smell flowers. I'll gladly take out the Azorius. I'll go throw bombs at him or something.
Yes.
In the meantime.
Yes, let's go throw fists at the Azorius.
But you're not the fighting type, so
I'm not against flowers. The Azorius hurt my flowers.
I do suppose that is true. They hurt your precious flowers, but
I suppose we should meet up with all the other people, but I don't know how long you guys are gonna wait to show up. I wake up at the crack of dawn. So.
You both arrive outside of the address that was given to you by Darrison, and you find yourselves outside of a brothel. There
Lovely.
are Ragnos insignia along the outside, and the first floor of it is rather open air. It has just breezy curtains filling in the archways.
It's my favorite type of brothel.
On the first floor, it has breezy curtains filling in the archways along the side in lieu of windows or anything like that. And there's a very broad entrance leading into the establishment.
are we supposed to go into this place or are we supposed to meet him outside?
Well, and considering it's all open, it's kind of a all thing. It reminds me of the exhibitionist brothels back home.
I mean, this is my type of place, but still, are we going in to look at some ladies, or are we just gonna sit here and
Oh, I won't
wait?
be looking at anything. This is Rakdos.
As you both continue talking about this, you see a beautiful woman, middle-aged, hair kind of like flowing down to the back. Kind of walks up and leans against one side, and she's very simply just eating a piece of fruit. She says, "I'm gonna go ahead and fancy a guess and say that you two are here to meet Darrison and aren't here to peruse wares."
What
I
are you
mean-
eating?
She goes, a mango. Do you want
Oh,
one?
I would love a mango.
She just kind of chuckles and kind of like pushes her hair back out of her face and kind of dabs away at the sweat with a little bit of the wrist cuff of the very flowy fabric that she is wearing. She just goes, "Honey, we're going to need more fruit. They want that instead."
I never said that.
This is the best brothel ever.
I would.
Don't you think so?
I'll come from
If fruits
further
are
inside.
fancy, we can go do that.
Come jogging up. Oh, don't worry. It's on me. It's on me. Hi, guys. Welcome.
Whoa.
Come on in.
You see her just put a hand on his shoulder and just goes, "Darrison, dear, your friends have arrived," and kind of like lightly gives him a peck at the cheek and just kind of puts the discarded bit of mango into your hand and just kind of like wipes her hand and walks
It's
away.
all on my tab. Come on in, guys.
It always is.
I've got a table for us upstairs. Please. And I'll
All right.
wave them in.
Great. You all walk in, and the first floor is very open. It's very inviting. There are plush couches and seating areas and settees all over. There is a bar across the way. Currently also delving out food and platters of fruit and cheese, things like that, as Darrison leads you upstairs to a kind of like a private sitting room.
And the lady at the front, is that my
Yes.
contact?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
at
You
least, yeah.
invite us
Yeah,
to a place
yes,
and
at
I
least,
can't.
yeah.
You take us somewhere quiet. I can't even look at anything.
Well, the doors are open. You're free to look as much as you'd like. This is
Good. I would
and
like to look at the
a
men and
functional
ladies of
establishment.
If you touch anything, you get
Though
charged.
I would ask you don't get too distracted. We do have a lot of
That's
business to get to you today.
What business? Is it gonna be shady?
Of course it's gonna be shady.
It'll be indoors.
See, I know
Just give him a
we've
shit-eating grin.
I know we've known each other for a long time, and I know that grin. But
This is why I like the
Let's-
humans.
Korak, I do appreciate your patience with me. I know that in the past we haven't worked together quite as long. And, well, I guess we haven't really gotten to know each other as well as maybe I'd like. But this is my world. This is where I come from.
You're not putting me on display again and removing a hand, are you?
No. This isn't one of my tricks. Though I appreciate your help with that. I've been on hiatus for shows for, well, obvious reasons. We're very busy. No, this is one of my popular hangs. I know the lady up front. I believe you met her, Alicia. She owns the place. So I come and go as I please. And anything that you want here, it's on me.
I would like more upfront with the suspicious, stealthy stuff y'all are doing. You and that random lady that has an issue with everybody and
Yes.
everything in every world.
Yes, Luminitza is another friend of mine. We have a working relationship similar to our own, dissimilar in many ways as well. She's kind of, one job, and I've got one job over here. I've got my hands in a lot of pies.
I don't have any pockets.
I love the derailment.
But I'm hoping that in a bit, when everyone arrives, we can explain, I guess, get everyone up to speed, get everyone on the same page. We need to find out what happened with Lucian yesterday and make sure everything's okay there, and well, we'll get caught up to speed as to what we're going to do, and I guess decide if we're moving forward. I promise, as always, there is money in it. If you're interested, if that's what keeps you around, I'm more than happy. I'm good for the coin, but
I know, but the Azorius are it's the Azorius, right?
Mhm.
Okay, I keep getting the Azorius and the Orzhov mixed up.
It's okay.
Well, the Orzhov keep treading on my land as well, so I have some issues with that. So both is actually nice. I get to punch some faces in, and I get coin if that's what you're offering.
of course.
Wonderful.
And I do believe, well, obviously we'll get up to speed in a bit, but between us friends, I think that we all have a bit of a personal stake in this. Even if you may not believe or trust everyone involved, I think we're all somewhat tenuously connected for the time being, and I hope that this can be a wonderful working relationship, if nothing else.
Don't worry, I trust you completely.
I'm glad. Yeah, I appreciate that about you, Thone. You're very open and honest.
I'm
I've
just
never
giving
had
him a
to guess
long,
with you.
hard stare.
Very open.
Just
That's me.
like the shit glare.
Yeah, I'm just glaring at him. Just.
All right. As that is kind of like clearing up, and you guys are coming to agreement and things like that. Lumi and Lucian, you guys arrive outside of this location relatively within the same time frame. You both end up probably a block away,
Yeah.
almost at the same time, kind of like coming from close to this, like the same direction. End up kind of like meeting at a corner,
Okay.
about a block away.
Okay. Go home. Why are you here?
Excuse me.
Well, first off, who called Darrison? I'm assuming this is Darrison. But two, where were you yesterday?
I'll have you know that it was my birthday yesterday. And even though I find the parties quite droll, it is mandatory that I appear at my parents' surprise parties for me.
Go home. Why are you here? This is so beneath you, actually. I don't understand why you're here. Why are you doing
So-
this?
one, Lumita, yes, you're right, this is beneath me. I'm glad you recognize that.
Yes, I do.
To my good friend Darrison implored me to come.
Implored you?
Yes, he was very adamant that I be here.
Okay. I'm assuming, I'm of course Darrison implored you, and he's very convincing, I guess, and dramatic, and entertaining. I mean, I've known him for some time, and he always is very good at distraction and diversion. So I understand his qualities, but I don't understand, what personal stake do you have? It's not money. It's not fame. What is it? Why are you here? Is it because of Darrison?
I'd get bored. You must.
The sad thing is I believe you. That has to be the answer. I want you to understand, this is not something that a rich boy who is bored gets to do. This is I was traipsing in blood the other day. You understand? We saw a dead body the other day. You got stabbed the other day. You understand the stakes of this, right?
I understand. I don't think you get to decide what I do and don't get to do.
Oh, you gotta throw a fit?
Why don't you like me?
Because of everything you stand for. And the fact that you don't understand everything you stand for.
Everyone likes me. I'm very charismatic. I don't understand why you don't like me, and it bothers me so much.
And that's another reason I don't like you, because it's fun.
I just want you to like me. I've been nothing but pleasant to you. I bring such a radiant presence to the group, and yet you dislike me, and it bothers me deep down inside.
I don't care about that. But I just need you to understand that this is not rich boy playtime at all. This is actually legit things, and you're dealing with actual criminals. You do understand that, right?
I deal with actual criminals all the time.
Not in this way.
I'll make a deal with you.
Okay.
Garrison seems to be leading this whole thing. If if he doesn't think my skills are needed,
okay,
then I will go home.
Shit.
Check.
You are very much a law student. You know what? I will make you a deal. Keep my name out of this. You do not say my name. Sure. I am not a part of this in any way. And I'll leave you alone.
I can do that.
Okay. Then we have a deal.
I'm so happy that we've come to this agreement.
Oh my God. All right, let's go find Derek. No, I don't want to hear this.
Can I come, as their conversation's wrapping up, I'll come downstairs and I'll throw an arm around Lucian and be like, watch out, ladies, this one's a charmer. Lucian, close your eyes. Don't look. And I'll usher him upstairs to the table.
Lucian, roll a perception check at disadvantage because somebody's closing your eyes. Oh my God, you still roll so high!
Well, 17.
17. You see, rather suggestively dressed men and women in the first floor of this establishment, bidding farewell to a varying array of suitors, who are all paying them with varying sizes of sacks of money, and about to head on their way.
Is this why you didn't want me here?
Oh, I don't care about that. I mean, this is just... okay, no, that's not why I didn't want you here. There's another reason. You can look at all you want. I don't care.
Did you know it was my birthday yesterday? Is that why we're here? I understand now. It makes
There's
so much
on
sense.
Roll a history check for me.
History check?
Yeah.
You want me to roll a history check?
Yeah, roll a history check.
Uh-oh.
20.
20 total?
A dirty 20. Yeah.
There are probably two of the suitors that are paying and making their way out that you recognize from other esteemed families of the Orlov.
Oh.
Who meet your gaze and turn pretty much everybody in Orzhov is like incredibly pale, but like if you could turn paler than pale, they turn paler than pale.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like almost like convulse a little bit as they like walk a little quicker out of the
Make a
establishment.
little note of that.
Right.
Am I in earshot?
You two are upstairs.
Okay, so not in earshot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Lucian. Well, happy birthday. And as I lead him up to the table, you're welcome to have whatever you'd like. It's on my tab. What do you rich kids drink? Like milk, chocolate milk? I think we can swing that.
I can handle mead or wine or anything you can.
We're in
I
a
promise.
brothel. We're talking about drinks.
Of course. I mean, pick your poison. Again, it's on me. The owners here, they're like family to me. They're more than welcome. I move freely throughout this place, and as friends of mine, mi casa es su casa.
I want one of your strongest drinks.
I will wave over Alicia and just whisper to her, just water for the kids. Throw a cherry in it or something, make it look fancy. But yeah, I don't think he's old enough to drink.
Roll a stealth check to not be hurt. I don't like.
A 10.
10. What's everybody's passive perception?
14.
11.
It would just be 10
11.
plus your perception
11.
score. 11.
Where's my perception?
Your wisdom.
Wisdom plus. Okay, 11.
11. All of you hear that. literally all of you hear that. This is, by like private booth, I literally mean like a little like section for like a table and like seats around it, and then
Like in a mafia scene.
Yeah. It's just on the second floor. This is just a table. It's not for like anything
yeah.
beyond
Yeah.
that. It's not for the other services of the brothel.
I wanna yell down. Nice try, Darrison, but I think we all hear you, or at least
Come on,
I do.
Garrison, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm 19 now. I can have.
Oh,
really?
19.
Oh, no, he's 19. Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
I can
you're
handle
right. You're right. You know, it's your birthday. It's a special occasion, and I'll just wink to Alicia, and the wink is it's water for him. And we'll head up to the table. And the gang's all together. Happy birthday, Lucian. How was the party?
It was a very droll. I was only given 2 dozen new vestments this year.
As a waiter walks by, I'm like, can you give me like 4 drinks right now? Just right
And
now.
a mango.
And a mango for my friends.
But I was very surprised. My parents, taking to my new ways, have given me a very lovely gift. And I take my staff and I draw the Orzhov sign in the air and call my familiar out. That is a very grotesque-looking flesh homunculus.
You will watch as this horrifyingly small humanoid shape with like mismatched, not completely symmetrical limbs, but still arms and legs, and like this very squat, no-necked head with like this gold faceplate that you recognize.
Okay, I was gonna say, do I know?
Appears, and it kind of like just like pulls itself out from Lucian's robes and just like peers up at you all.
Oh, Lord, that is.
You should put that out of its misery.
Hold on, I cover
Lucian?
his ears, one that's on the nape of his neck and one that's on the side quarter. Don't talk about Bersmidian that way. He is my friend.
It's an
I'll
be honest with you.
abomination.
At this
That
point is when
disgusting.
the round of waters and
Yeah,
four
I'm
shots
just gonna start.
and a platter of mangoes is brought by, and
No, I haven't taken
the individual who has multiple piercings along the ears and like a chain of like a series of chains that all connect to like bottom lip rings from like the ears on down, just kind of like looks down at the little thing. It's just like, just so you all know, if that thing's involved, it's gonna cost extra.
Obviously.
I don't.
Yeah.
No,
No.
I don't know what it is, honestly. But don't worry about it. Well, I'll clean up after. It's just.
Do I need to chat with Alicia?
No. It's cool. We're cool.
But
We're
bring me
cool,
more
right?
rounds. Just
We're
keep
cool.
bringing rounds.
That's going on your
She'll need-
tab.
That's fine.
don't
That's
worry, it's-
absolutely fine.
I would
Alicia's
like
got it
a
covered.
drink too.
Why is everyone acting so strange? Like, who among us has not had a flesh homunculus butler in their youth?
Wait, how old are you?
Excuse me.
19.
I think in my culture they wait until you're at least 20.
We're not
Oh,
considered adults
that's
until
so
60
jarring.
years, so you're still a small child.
You know Gruul
No.
don't deal with whatever that is,
I don't
right?
even know what the fuck is happening. I just need to keep.
I think you all just need to get out just a little bit more and learn a little bit more about
Out.
the world before
Does
you
it-
start judging.
Really?
Lisa, how many shots have you had?
I've had 3 now.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
14.
Okay, you're still fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Does
Yeah.
it-
You're okay.
Does it eat? Is it hungry? I'll offer it a mango slice.
You see it like poke at it, and it like takes it and just smears it across its golden
Oh my
faceplate.
god, I'm gonna drink that last shot.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
Loose.
you need to get rid of
And
that.
it just kind of like
No.
stares
So-
up at you the entire
No.
time it does it.
I'm over
It
100
doesn't have-
years old. I've never
Let
seen
me be
this.
clear. It does not have eyes and it does not have a mouth. It literally is just like the vague shape of a
Oh,
head
no.
and
Oh
like
my
a
God.
gold
It's-
plate.
Oh, no.
Well, your birthday present is absolutely fascinating. This is, however, a bit of a refined establishment, and we just don't. We have a no pet policy, so if you could just keep it under wraps, maybe.
I understand. Sniggy, don't.
The
I'll come get you later.
the waitress comes back, dropping off a drink for you and another full
I'm
round
just
of 4
gonna
drinks
just drink.
for you. Just goes. He's actually lying. We don't have a no pet policy. It's just that they
Don't-
cost extra.
Don't
if they
tell him
involve.
that.
It's just-
Please don't tell him that.
We're,
Don't
I mean,
enable him.
Staring.
We're open to a lot. It's just we also charge for a lot. And kind
Don't.
of like walks away.
I'm gonna just go back to drinking.
I feel like
See?
we're getting a bit derailed here.
Well, yes,
Um,
because a little monster just
yes,
popped out of his cloak.
Well, we'll, like everything we have in the past few days, we'll take this all in stride. I think we need to get up to speed on what's happening and where we're going next.
So what is happening?
That is a good question.
Excellent question, Luminitsa. Take it away.
So Luminita spends the next few minutes detailing
really
the
hope I
events
don't
of
have to
last
recap.
night. I assume leaving out the talkative.
Yes.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
As she finishes up telling us about last night, and Luminitsa, isn't there something else that you wanted to share with the class?
No.
Are you sure? I feel like, isn't there? I'm just gonna dig around in my pockets. I feel like there was something we got yesterday. Is it? I didn't put it in my pocket. Is it by chance in yours?
The list of addresses? No, I don't have that. You have
Oh
that.
no. I'm just gonna staring contest.
Oh, no, I don't have anything. I have absolutely nothing. And why would you think I would?
Roll a deception check,
Jesus, okay.
and I need insight checks from you 3.
Oh crap.
Yeah, so there's that.
19.
19.
5.
7.
Insight?
Mm-hmm.
18.
Oh.
All 3 of you believe her. And
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it must
You,
have been.
you all just continue looking like dumbfoundedly like at Darrison, like, Darrison, what are you talking about? Like, she...
Yes, that.
Yeah, the
Am I-
list
am I-
of addresses.
oh,
This is what I gave you.
Yes. Oh, I thought you hadn't mentioned that yet. We'd been to all the places already. I'm just without breaking eye contact.
You've not been to
so-
the Izzet one. The Izzet
Mhm.
one is the one that we're planning to go to.
That's the one that I got from. Same one I got from Gardigig, right?
Yeah, from Guardian.
Yeah, the list of addresses, the only piece of paper I found in the room was, it has the Izzet place that Darrison was able to get. So we have a confirmation that he's not full of shit. So that's good.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not full of shit.
I
Good
just-
to know.
Mm-hmm.
I just,
So I think
even though I believe her, I don't believe her.
two people are pointing us in the direction of this warehouse in,
Mm-hmm.
in Precinct 5. This, is it scientist?
Is it?
Um,
We should go there at once.
I'm happy to head that way if everyone's had their fill. I guess the last order of business, we've been at this for a couple days, and it's been a rough couple days for some of us. I guess this is the point where we touch base and see if we're all in.
That's a good point.
The
This
chips
is
are on the table.
Mm-hmm.
The cards are dealt. We need to know that there's a lot of scary business afoot, and I have a bit of experience in this area, as does Luminitsa, and
Mm-hmm.
this is not a realm we want to walk alone. And it's good to have someone watching your back, and it's even better to have 4 people watching your back.
Trustworthy people.
That's so sweet.
Trustworthy.
I
Are
trust
we-
everyone here so much.
I
You are
actually
all
believe
such
you.
wonderful people.
Lesbians.
Oh, I want a
I-
group hug.
No,
Oh, okay.
Actually, I have some
Well,
issues.
right,
I
you
don't
can
trust
talk
you,
more.
that's
Luminitsa.
fine. You don't have to trust me. You have to trust that I am wanting the best for the group of this.
Are
Correct.
you sure? Because every time you just seem on the wrong side of the shady business. Like
That's correct.
Correct. If I may.
if I'm
interject.
doing this,
This
if
is
I'm
yours
doing this,
No,
I
let
have to
let
have
him air his grievances.
I have to have some sort of assurance that you will at least be more honest than you seem.
I cannot give you that insurance, but I can tell you that we are all in accordance of where we want to get to the end of this. So I have
Perhaps
no.
are we?
I'm not antagonistic in any way of this motive.
What is our
No,
ultimate goal?
but you seem to be
To
hiding
solve
things
Problem,
more.
right? Actually, I don't know what the.
The problem of the Azorius is that.
Yes, we're against Azorius.
I mean, my dedication here is to make sure the Azorius stop this land grab.
I'm
And
fine
That's
with that.
the goal.
I'm agreeing with this because it's on my land, but
Then that's what we focus on. Everything else is extraneous.
I will say,
I will-
correct. Like we mentioned earlier, everyone has a bit of a personal stake in this, and I trust you. I hope that you trust me. And
I trust you.
as
but
far
I
as
don't
I can
trust
throw her, I trust Luminitsa.
Like you could throw her. I'm the one that could throw both of you with no issue.
I'm just saying, I've got your back. And
Mm-hmm.
Luminitsa has had my back in the past.
Mm-hmm. And you can always just kill me if you don't think I am part of the group. Or at least try.
You're such a morbid small human.
I am. Thank you.
Don't tempt me with that.
I'm just saying that I cannot agree in saying that I'm going to be transparent because there's no point in that and there's no why.
How is there no point in that?
Because you
'Cause
don't know my life. You
and-
don't know everything that's
and
going
you don't
on.
know mine.
And that's why I've never asked of anything of you. Because I don't know your life.
But and here's what I'm saying, if I'm willing to go with this, I'm willing to give a part of that. You have to give to be able to gain.
Well, I didn't
if
say I
you
wasn't
can't.
going to do that. It just
You know?
didn't give the amount.
He does raise a fair point, Luminitsa.
Mm.
We've all made a bit of personal stake in this. Lucian with his name, Korak with his blood and guts in some parts. Thone, his land itself is in danger.
Mm-hmm.
We're here under my roof. What are you here to offer to our endeavor?
I offer knowledge. And I like to collect knowledge. And it seems like every one of you has knowledge that I would like. So, I'm not asking for any motives. I'm not asking for any things other than a bit of information here and there.
Then I think that's fair. I think it should be a two-way street, however. So, what knowledge do you have to offer the group eliminates that?
None at this time.
I'll tell you everything I know.
That one is there.
Your transparency is appreciated.
Very transparent in
Well,
Celestia.
This is just hitting the wall. I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
At any point, I will try to kill you if you, I suppose, bring any harm to the group. If I feel like
that's
you're a
fair.
unnecessary pawn of something else.
I'm okay with that.
I will help on one condition. I get to deal with Lady Faye.
As long as you keep my name out of this,
Well-
where you can keep that ridiculous condition that you're making. Yours.
Ridiculous
Yes.
condition?
You were a child.
If someone tried to murder you, surely you wouldn't just be like, oh, la-di-da, you're just...
Nobody
somebody
that's
else deal
tried to
with
murder
them.
me is alive still.
Oh, that's right. She stabbed you.
Yes.
I
I
think
haven't forgotten you, Matt.
I was
I think
hoping
that's
for peaceful
a,
conversation.
a
That's
noble
fair.
request, Lucian,
That's
and
fair.
I would like to do my best to uphold it and support you in that.
Likewise, I'd love to
Um,
see you
Oh
get
my goodness.
violent somehow.
This kumbaya. You either trust me or you don't. We trust each other or don't. I trust the group. And this is not... We need to figure out if we trust each other and we need to move on. This is just spinning wheels now.
Well, we meet here under my family's roof, and I would like to welcome you all to the family.
Yes, packed.
Are we in?
Form
Make
the
it a
pact.
Mango, yeah.
No, blood pact.
And I will
No.
put my hand out.
Yes,
Are we
mango
in?
pact.
I'm
Or are
going to
we
take a
out?
shot and then put my hand in.
Yeah.
I want to do something.
Take a Constitution saving throw.
13.
You're still fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're
See,
still not
I-
drunk yet.
See, I'm Gruel, and I would like
Yeah.
to take one of my axes and cut my hand to make a blood pact, even though they're not.
Oh,
Just slap it right on
Lucian-
top of our stack.
Lucian and Luminita pull their hands back as you put it down and then put theirs on top of you. It's like, cool, that's fine.
And I flip my hand right immediately.
Oh,
You're gonna get the
shit.
blood either way.
And then I take another shot.
Let's take a...
What did you say his name was?
Bursmigian?
Bursmickety?
Bursmigian. I call it Smiggy for short.
Bursmigian.
Yeah.
As you pull your hand back in disgust, Bursmigian takes like the very tail end of your cloak and starts cleaning off the blood on your hand.
Get,
Oh,
get the blood on his white cloak.
well,
Mm-hmm.
now that we're all family, Lucian, I almost forgot. We do need to make some quick introductions.
Yes.
My name is Percy, for the foreseeable future. This is Solomon, Bismuth, Gentry,
Or Jen.
and if it suits you, I thought Malachi would be a good fit for yourself.
What?
I'm named after a rock.
Okay.
The short story is we got tied up with the Shadow Gang brothers, and we're assuming false identities. Okay? Cool.
Okay.
In? Out?
Yes,
In?
I'm in.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Precinct 5 it is then.
Precinct 5.
Which, I was gonna say, I know this area, most likely.
Yes, because this is where it is within the same neighborhood as your Izzet contact
Okay.
Kapask.
Would I have seen this building since they gave the...
Roll a history check.
I don't remember what history is in it. No! One, nope, I don't know it.
No, you
No.
have not. You so you know Kapesk, and like you know Kapesk. Like that's pretty much it within the blister coils, and you don't even really quite remember like street names or anything like that, or like how you would be able to denote the actual address itself. You're pretty much like, I walk down this road and I make the third left and then I pass by this thing and it's gonna be on the left and then I keep walking for 2 streets and then I make a left and then we go there. Like that's
That-
pretty much how you know how to get to Kapask.
Sounds accurate for Korak.
You don't pay attention to the actual like
Yeah.
streets that you like walk on.
Well, if we're heading into this blister coils, I know the area. One of my contacts is in the area, but I don't know that address, so I can't give any information there.
All right. Well, I have it written down. I'll give it to him.
I take this right now.
If you guys want to head that way, I'll settle up the tab real quick and be right behind you.
I'm gonna order a drink on the way out.
One for the road? One for the road?
Yep.
I'll finish mine and then
I'll
just.
take a mango for the
I'm
road.
gonna. So it's gonna be you settling up a tab and meeting us up later.
I'm right behind you. I just have to pay.
Yeah,
I
he's.
haven't even touched my drink. I take a sip.
Careful, it's I.
What? Isn't that water?
He never actually ordered an actual drink. It was just water.
They make him strong here. They make him strong here.
This
So
is so strong. When
I understand.
When I wanted your strongest drink, I didn't realize. Oh my god.
I no. I tried to
and
warn
you
you,
still.
you know,
Oh
I
my
want to
God.
respect the man you've
Humans.
become,
I think I'm
Lucia.
crying.
Or Malachi.
First rule, everybody just commit to the bit. It's the best.
Oh, I love
just
it.
commit. Oh my god.
Well then, Darrison, we will meet you there.
I'm right behind you.
So you guys head out the door for a second. Darrison, you stop by, and Alicia is there just kind of like leisurely hanging off of the bar, and walks up and just goes, "What have you gotten yourself into this time?"
I promise you that things are well. It's handled. They're people I can trust, and they're strong folk. I appreciate you helping out, and I apologize for the heavy drinking. She's a stout one.
I'm not surprised by any of that. Just is
I-
Tilly involved this time?
No, I wrote 2 days ago. She's okay. She's safe. She's
Stop. I don't want to hear anymore. Your drinks are settled. Just leave.
okay. Thank you.
She kind of walks you to the entrance as all of your compatriots are kind of like right outside at the end of the stairs out into the street, and adopts once more the kind of sly smile of it all. Just, well, Darrison, thank you so much for bringing your very colorful bunch of friends along. I hope to see many of you again, and gives like slight winks to Korak and Luminitsa, who drank up a storm in her establishment this morning.
Oh, you can expect me sometime, for sure.
She just gives a slight nod of one more bit of mango and just kind of like tosses it into the street aside and continues like walking back inside.
So precinct
Well,
5.
Precinct 5.
No
It was
crown
in 5.
today?
It wilted.
Oh, okay.
Flowers generally die after they've been plucked.
I know, it's sad.
As you guys make your way through the streets over to the blister coils, as you arrive expecting a building, and it is a ladder down to a doorway that is actually kind of set off of an alleyway leading down in, and similar to what you two witnessed the other night, the door is off of its hinges, but it is actually it looks like there is this very large dent back out to the street level, and it looks like the door is completely like off of its hinges. It still opens inward, but it looks like the door has been dented in, like towards the outside.
Okay.
Well, that doesn't look good.
What doesn't look good?
The door has been kicked or something. We can't really.
Yeah, it looks like there was some very large impact from the inside towards the outside. So if this is the doorway, it looks like kind of like this, but the door still opens in. So it looks
Can
like
I
there was.
check out the door? I want to check out the
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Can I peek around and see if there's any other way in?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check as you.
I got a 1. It's not my night. These dice are going away.
Put that die away.
Yeah.
These dice are going
Ooh, yeah,
bye-bye.
put them back in the box.
It's a 3 for
So,
perception.
it looks like this is the only entrance. Like this is the only one. Like there are a few buildings next to them, and the like addresses that are given for those buildings would fall in line with this one.
Mhm.
This one doesn't seem to be like demarcated or anything like that. Like it's just a stairwell down and then a door. You looking at this door, you can't see from this side like any signs or anything. You just see that the actual like mechanism for closing the door is busted. Like it's not. The door could easily just be pushed open at this point.
I'm gonna lock on stealth in the front door.
Of course.
Great, roll me a stealth check.
Oh my god. No.
That's 6.
Some proper locks on stealth right there. So you push open the door, and you're immediately met with some crackling sounds, and you can see like bits of flashing light a little bit down. And when you open the door, you can see that there is a wooden staircase that continues leading past this point down further in, and kind of at the bottom of the staircase where it levels out and like into a room of some sorts, you can see like bits of flashing light at the other end.
Ooh, seems bad.
Am I close enough to see this since I'm at
Well, I'm
the door
gonna
as
motion
well?
everyone into
You're
my
kind
trunk.
of back behind.
Okay, so I can't see behind the
Mm.
child.
Trunk motion to come in.
Okay.
Are you sure? Like,
I'm
what do
in.
you, yeah, like,
I'm going.
okay.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay.
I'll slip
I
in
will
the
be-
door.
I'll
Hug
You'll
the
be at
wall.
the end.
Yeah.
You wouldn't lead us into
Luminate's
danger.
uncertain as they're hitting in. So that is where we're going to take our break,
Okay.
and we're going to come back as we head inside the this supposed Izzet Laboratory, as some mysterious things are afoot in this location as well. Thank you guys so
What's
much
new?
for sticking with us through the beginning of the... I know! Mysterious circumstances! We haven't seen those for 4 episodes. So as you guys continue to head into the laboratory, we're going to pick back up as y'all are making your way down the stairs, led by Thone and his Loxodon stealth. During our break, we're going to have more musical stylings from Flip and the Combined Effort. Thank y'all so much for allowing us to showcase you guys and play your music on our stream. And we will be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. Thank y'all so much for sticking around.
isolation. Even if it's my creation, I arrive and I shut my door. What I wouldn't give for this to be the norm. I don't wanna go, no place feels like home. Traveling with no real direction. It seems I have nowhere to go, no real home. Traveling with no real direction. On this road I go. But it's not for too long. Sometimes I feel my stay is a pop song. Way too quick and only the best bits of fantasy as long as time permits. But I keep fighting that good fight. Halfway there, I see the light. This will soon be a memory of how things used to be now. This house is where my heart lies. I feel like 100 miles away. Each time I leave, a little me dies. I wish I could say I'll stay. I don't wanna go. No place feels like home. Traveling with no real direction. It seems I have nowhere to go. No real home. Traveling with no real direction. On this road I go. My car starts, my vision blurs. I dream of a setting that we both prefer. Don't go, please stay. Don't go, please stay. Here we go again, on this winding, winding road. And I know it has to be at least one now. So I wake up and it's 8 o'clock, lunch with my mom, then up the block for coffee with Sierra. Then I drive all the way down Mesa. It's dinner with the grandparents who never charged me any rent. Now back up the mountain and hanging with guys, we're laughing and we're shouting. And midnight strikes as I drive by old stomping grounds. Old memories start to get me down. I lay my head down and I'm out. My trips home are never a vacation. All they bring are headaches and frustration. My trips home are never a vacation. When did this place stop being home? So I wake up to it all again with different faces. I can't pretend that this is not taking a nasty toll, but it's my choice, this is my role. I decided to move away to build a wall between me and those who stay. But there's no bad blood, there's no ill will. It's been hard to swallow this pill. Every drink's the same. See everyone I care about. Try to ignore when I leave and they pout. And it gets harder all the time. My trips home are never a vacation. All they bring are headaches and frustration. My trips home are never a vacation. When did this place stop being home? Now don't get this all confused. I love my family and friends and they know it's true. But once you move 1,000 miles away, it's hard to keep the same rapport that you knew. Cause daily calls turn to weekly calls. With some people, contact doesn't happen at all. Few relationships will stay intact. Some people may never come back, but you move to become better. The ones who care, they can write a letter. Don't lose sight of why you left. You've become a trendsetter. Now these definite lines of distance have begun to blur. You'll always have a home and at least one sense of the word. But I still wonder why. My trips home are never a It's nothing new when I say you'll face adversity. People standing in the way of how you want the world to be. But the lines get blurry when you start to see the ones that gave you that opportunity are your greatest adversaries. Only 2 years here and I can tell we need reform, but the actions and reactions have been lukewarm. The system's collapsing in on itself, pillars falling left and right. Some people wonder if it's even worth the fight. But there are miracle workers who push through the bullshit, take this turd of a situation and care for it, polish it. While our schools fall apart bit by bit, they won't quit because they can't stand it. Fail's not an option, they just commit. Cause our victory should not be our kids showing up should not be. But we will succeed. Yes, we will succeed. In spite of the system. In spite of the system. And the ones who can fix it have no idea what they're doing. Now they're clashing for years, and now it's ours that they're screwing up. And that's the best case scenario, not the norm. Some of them weren't even teachers in any way, shape, or form. They just have money and selfish agendas, while we come up with solutions like, ha, no duh. But that would make too much sense. I wish it had been more confidence in this system we dedicate our lives to, and try to make it better for our kids to get through. Our victory should not be our kids showing up should not be. But we will succeed. We will succeed. In spite of the system. In spite of the system. In spite of the system. Where's the value for education in our backwards nation? We want our kids to succeed, but don't give teachers the tools they need. And then we're the first to be blamed when shit goes south, and the last to be thanked when brilliance comes out of their mouth. And then we cry ourselves to sleep. It's not because we're sad, we're just frustrated at the opportunity we thought we had. So this is my last cry. Someone please hear our plea. We need to make a change so desperately. Ha! The call to try again came at a great surprise. I won't fuck it up this time, I had my eyes on the prize. 2 months of prep, I enlisted all the help I could get. Performances to make sure I wouldn't forget to keep them wrists down, keep the triplets even. Watch those taps, switching grips to Stevens. Prepping and crying and praying. Critiques, feeling bleak, my heart feels weak as I walk in. Holy shit, I walk out of the audition, hug my grandparents tight as my future teachers looked over with a happy disposition. Little chit chat, we talk logistics, my heart's doing kick, it's hard to resist it. Come back later, ready for the chase, thinking I was the best, that wasn't the case. You grant me passage into your four walls. You deemed me worthy, yet demanded more. Enslaved and crushed. break in. They said all year I would learn this much. Later while grabbing a beer, they weren't unjustified. It wasn't my best, and that's putting it nicely. It was a complete mess, but I worked and I worked and I stayed in that room. Leaving seldomly would allow me to bloom into the person I should have been 5 years ago. Instead of macking a girl trying to become the role. Frustrations turn to joy, not quickly slow. You guide me through the pleasures and the pain. 5 years, 4 pacing chops across one goal. You stood by me, or rather stood so still. The room which I call home to make me whole. I'll miss our time and late night talks, my thrill. The candle clicks with that last goodbye. As students, I almost tried. We start making our way to the stage. When I look back at the room, frequently occupied. Sign up sheet riddled with names, times. With finals in chaos, it feels like a crime. Leaving this room for one of my own. More students, fewer instruments, and fourth time alone. And 3 years later, and I yearn to return what I wouldn't give for just one more turn. But I know I can't go back. It just wouldn't be the same. All I have is these memories and this never-failing flame.
Welcome back! Thank you guys so much for sticking with us through the break. We hope you enjoyed the musical stylings, a flip in the combined effort. One more time, if you are interested in seeing them live and you are in the DFW area, you can actually check them out Friday night at 3 Links in Deep Ellum for the Ska by Ska West Music Festival. That name just kills me every time I say it.
It's the 5-year anniversary.
It is the 5-year anniversary of them. I was actually really surprised that they that's been going. I think I had first heard about it last year when they were talking about it, and then this year whenever Flip continued
Surprised
supporting
they
it. So
stuck
yeah.
with that name for so long.
It's a good name.
That's-
I like
It is really fun. I need more people to do that type of like naming thing and just continue to make fun of it because I kind of love it. Anything that's not just South by Southwest and just like adds that and changes it a little bit, I'm okay with.
Hotel Ska.
So we last left off as the party was heading downstairs into this very odd Izzet Laboratory, down into some type of cellar laboratory. Thone leading the way using his Loxodon stealth. Down the narrow staircase. You pretty much are having to like stay hunched the entire time you're walking
Yeah,
down.
I'm in stealth mode.
Yep, that's the reason he's hunched, not
Yep.
because of the low ceiling. As you make your way down in, give me a perception check. I believe you do get advantage on those.
Yeah, I do. Well,
Come on,
Well.
roll high.
I'll take the
Oh.
dirty 20.
Yeah.
The dirty 20? Okay. So as you reach down in here, you see this main area, and you see a very large, what looks like probably like half of a generator, so it looks like it continues past the walls, having machinery parts lead into the wall and into the next area as you go. It is a very dirty... It looks like a very dirty area here. Lots of broken material all along this first room here. The answer is yes. Thank you. Everything here is very disheveled. You actually see bits of sparking electricity along some of this machinery that leads into the next room. And as you are coming down within it, you can see a door leading directly in front of you to part of where some of the machinery is, and then you see a series of varied pipes that lead past into a wall over to your right. And with a dirty 20 of perception, you note that a number of the pipes that lead off to the right look like they have been like frosted over or like crystallized in ice along sections. And you have the faint smell of like burned or charred flesh leading from somewhere past the like broken doorway to your right. there is a closed door directly in front of you, and to your right there is a like completely like busted apart door. There are sections of the door frame that are like lightly singed with fire. Not active, like lots of active flame, but like embers almost.
All right.
And you all eventually kind of like meet as he's kind of like at the bottom of.
And there's nobody in the room, right?
Not that you saw.
Okay.
And there is enough light from like the bits of like sparking electricity along some of this broken machinery, and between that and like the little bits of ember and things like that give enough light within the room.
Okay. Well, can I stealthily peek in the open door, the one that's been busted?
Into the open doorway area? Of
Is
course,
it,
go ahead.
Like
and...
the door's busted enough that like it's more like a hole than a door, right?
Accurate. Yes. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, because you kind of like peek your way in through that.
Advantage on that. I'll take the 10.
The 10. So you peek into this one, and you can see those pipes lead to a larger, what looks like it could be like a generator type machine, that kind of like leads down in. There are a series of grates along the outside of it, and you can like peek down in, and it looks like they lead further and further down into the like sewer areas, into the probably like the sewer lines or like the power lines of the blister coils that lead up from the reservoir.
Okay.
You don't hear any hums of machinery off of this, and you can see along some of the pipelines leading from it, from the other side, more of that kind of like frozen and crystallized pipeline leading to this like defunct generator. You do see a doorway. This one is actually intact. Past a if you look all the way across the room past the generator, there is a table that has probably like a lit lantern, and to the left of it there is a closed doorway leading further in. And you all now are within that first main room, and you can kind of like check all this out, and you see Thone looking into the kind of like broken doorway to your right.
What's going on?
You just keep saying hum.
There's a lantern, but I don't see anything.
Is the lantern lit? Is it the only source of light?
It is. It's not lit with like active flame. It looks like
magical
it's
light?
some type of like electrical,
I see.
like Izzet powered lantern.
Is it the only light in that room?
Yes, and you can see it kind of like over in the corner on a table, kind of like lightly giving off enough light across the room.
I'll check out the table.
Is there another door in the room?
The only other door to the room is
Just
to
the one
the
across?
left of that table, that leads further in that
And
way.
that's like across.
Yeah,
from where we
it's
are.
fully
Okay.
across the way.
Well, there's one in the main room too, right? It's two
Yeah.
doors. Okay.
So the room that you're in now with the defunct generator, there is the door that's next to that table with the lantern, and then back in the first main kind of like basement chamber room that has like the starts of all that machinery that leads off to various rooms. There's a closed door that way.
Yeah, I want to check out the table and see if there's anything on it.
Cool. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. Do you get
I get
advantage on investigation as well?
Yes.
Hey, come on now. Come on, that's that trunk proficiency.
Yeah, but also -1 on intelligence.
Oh, okay.
So 17.
17. So as you check it out, there look to be a series of notes and designs, and you can see some of them bear the original stun baton design that you recognize from the Thopter, but you can kind of like flip through, and it looks like now it's like just a fist or like a glove, and now it's like an entire arm of something. You're not sure. It looks almost like construct or mechanical design for like an entire arm that is this way.
Yeah, I'm gonna
as you're kind of flipping
take
through
that back to the first room and show that to everyone. That seems pretty pretty vital.
Did you all follow him into this room?
I
or you
wanted
walked
to
out?
check the door in the room that we were in.
Okay, so Thone comes walking in with these plans as Korak is checking that out. Do you want to check it out for any specific purposes, or you just kind of like
Check to see if I can open it, or if I'm not good with magic. So
Yeah,
I don't know if there's magic.
You go to open it. It is unlocked.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I would like to open it and see if I can see anything.
Not gonna stealthily open it?
I
What
don't
would Korak
elephant.
do?
I don't elephant stealth. I
What
just
would Korak
open.
okay, so you open a door. Do you have dark vision as a minotaur?
No.
I don't believe you. Okay. So the room that you directly open it into is rather dark, and you can see an opening, not like a door frame, but not a door within it, to your left, but you can't see past it into that room. But directly across from you, probably 25 or so feet, you see another door frame, and there is a door that is pushed past it onto the floor beyond it, and you see a very faint little bit of like blue crackle of electricity beyond that, into that area.
Can I? Is there any certain smell? Because you said there was a smell of burnt flesh.
Roll a perception check.
It's because I have a sensitive trunk.
Nope, that dice rolled off the table.
Oh no.
It's not my night with dice.
There are a varying array of scents, but many of them are alchemical or like scientific, like enough to where you're not familiar with it. You get the vague, familiar scent of when you would walk into Kopeska's laboratory at times, where this vague array of scents that you're not familiar with would almost give you like kind of like this lightheaded headache feeling, where it was kind of like very overpowering enough to where you weren't able to directly pick out what's going on.
You may have picked up on my mango.
At this time, Thone walks back into the room, having investigated the things as Korak has been like checking all of this out. Walks back into that first main room to find the three of you there with Korak looking in through the doorway with these designs in hand.
What did you find?
Looks like someone's building a giant mechanical doodad.
A doodad. I like the technical term. Can I see
It,
the
yeah,
book?
it's made out of the little shock stun things from before. People are building on it. This
Oh.
makes a lot more sense because it seems like if Lady Vey is tied into all this, she's not part of building the little flying things.
Mhm.
She's using them to build something more.
Interesting. And because if she's going towards the stun gun, as these things, I'm flipping through it, as these things show, then this is the more important part than the Demir memory capturing thing?
Maybe it's all part of building something just big.
There's that. Can I do I just want to make a check of the room. Is that a possibility?
Yeah, go ahead and give me either a perception check to just look around the room or an investigation to like actively search the room.
Oh, actively. I'll actively search the room. So I talk to him and then I'm going to actively search. 16 plus, what was an investigation? Yeah, so 3, so 19.
19. So looking over the room, you see tons of discarded machinery along the base of these like kind of like mechanical pipes that lead further in, things like that. One thing that you can note is almost kind of like flipping themselves along and in various areas as the lightning crackle hits things. It looks like on occasion there is a like small tool from like a workbench or anything like that readily like moves a little bit and then like falls over and like moves a little bit and falls. Like it looks like there's these varying items and things that like occasionally will like try to move and then like stop moving and go inert again.
And that's when the lightning kind of strikes
the lightning
them.
crackle hits them.
That's
Scary.
I have a quick question. If someone is working on these things, are we sure that we are alone down here?
I do not think so.
I don't
And-
think we're alone.
I would like to take a quick look around,
Mhm.
and since we're in a basement, I'm assuming this is the only way out.
Mhm.
Would you guys like to hold the door and I can take a quick look-see?
What do you mean hold the door?
You think
and-
you're stealthier than me?
Oh my goodness.
Make sure that I think that you're bigger than me, so you're better at watching the door.
Bigger is better. That's right. Better at stealth.
Exactly.
That's it though. Be
I
the
do
big
concede.
man who's going to hold the door. Continue.
Seems like a bad idea.
So, what I'm saying is, I would like to take a quick look around, and if you guys make sure that whoever is down here, if they get startled, that they don't leave. I
Oh,
can
you want us
just
to
do a quick
trap
look-see.
the whoever this is inside the house?
Whoever's down here, we need to know whatever they know.
Well, there's more than one. I'm gonna turn around and jump my head. There's more than one opening. I can barely see it, but through this door, there's another door to the left and a much farther door, I think, to the very end.
Yeah, when you
Let's-
open the door, it's probably like you could like walk 5 feet and get to the entrance that you saw to your left. It's like 25 feet across the room to the other one.
Because I saw sparks at the end, and then you could literally just walk to the left. So this place is much bigger. You don't know if this is the only exit.
Let me go take a look real quick then.
You go
And
ahead.
I will.
Get stabbed by Lady Vay, and then we'll come. with
I will duck into the dark room and try to stick to the
That
shadows
corrects
to
that?
sneak. And I do have dark vision.
Great.
Oh.
So
Wonderful.
I would like to take a look around.
Totally normal human Darrison with his monkey tail, his dark vision.
Totally human.
Great.
Have
So
Darrison
go ahead
can
and
see
roll
the
me a stealth check first to, not draw attention to yourself as you go traipsing through dark hallways.
13.
13. Okay. And then I need you to go ahead and give me are you doing a perception check to just look around, or are you going to actively search through these rooms?
I want to look around because I'm trying to look for traces of a person here. Like I'm trying to find whoever may be down here.
Okay, great. Go ahead and give me a
Looking
perception
for,
check.
Looking for a person. 4.
Okay, as you come looking through, you don't see anything within this first room here. This probably just acts as an antechamber that leads to other rooms.
Mhm.
The room that's across the way, the room directly to your left, that Korak said was right there. You can look in and you can see a table with outlines of bottles and vials and jugs and things along it, with a bookcase to its left, and then the room disappears past unless you go actively into the room. And the room far across the way, about 25 feet in front of you, past it, you can actually see within the room itself these crystalline icy formations that have vague lines of electrical current through them that look built up off of the room.
Okay. Do I see any signs of a person down this? in this
You
direction?
do not hear any sounds within this area.
I will go back to the main room.
Okay.
Relay to them what I saw. Some strange icy electrical crystal thingies that way. And I will go into the next room.
Okay, so you
the
walk into
other
the generator
direction.
room, and this is where the lantern
And
lit
this-
table is.
This is,
And
I
there's
guess,
a doorway across.
a more world question within the world of Ravnica. Prestidigitation can turn out torches and lanterns. Would it turn out this lantern?
Yes.
Okay.
Any a lot of the just base devices, unless it is something that has active magic directly done through it, anything that's
Pseudo-electric.
this sort. It is of like a light. It essentially acts the same way. So
Okay.
like you could snuff out those. They're like slightly magical in nature, but not enough to counteract like prestidigitate going like light up
Okay.
or don't light up.
I would like to turn the lights out as I go.
Great. So
And
you
stick to
dip out the
darkness.
lantern there. And there is the doorway across the room from you.
I want to make my way over there and very quietly open it and peek through a little crack to see what's on the other
Go ahead and
side.
give me another
before I
stealth
just
check since you are
walk in. A 11.
an 11. Okay, you're relatively able to keep it. There is like a slight creak, but it is very faint as you're kind of like able to hold onto the door itself. And you're immediately hit with a bit of heat as almost directly across from you is a furnace that's kind of like built up and attached to some of these pipes that are leading through the walls into other rooms. And you see one set of pipes that leads down into it, and there are still embers going within the furnace, but you see that the furnace door is open, and at this point it doesn't look like anybody has tended to it for a little bit, but there is still obvious like heat emanating off of it as the embers are continuing to burn. And there are pipes leading off of it down past the way into another chamber to your left.
I would like to hug the wall and make my way towards the other chamber and sneakily take a peek.
Open that door again. Give me
Sneak a
another one of them stealth checks as you sneakily open a door.
8.
This one gives a pretty like heavy push, and as you kind of like push past it, you actually have to like actively push open the door. As you do, you are immediately hit with the scent of burned flesh, and you look down and you see the charred body of some type of humanoid. Izzet scientist. You can see like some of the signature Izzet type equipment kind of like built up off of top of them. And there are a number of kind of like glass tubes or things that look shattered from some type of impact hitting them, but there are burn marks all along one side of them. And roll me a medicine check.
9.
Unfortunately, you can't tell quite what would have caused these burns. You can look past you and you see a varying array of books and tomes and Izzet designs and things like that all along a table here. And to the left of you, you see an open doorway that leads into a room that has a number of flickering lights all around it, and those vague electrical currents kind of leading from one light to the other in between. So it's this very odd, creepy, like lights flickering on and off kind of ambiance that you get from this room to your left.
And the body is like laying on the floor in this room.
Mhm.
It's just- okay. I want to try to take a peek and see if there's anyone in the next room that is alive.
Okay. So you kind of like
Just
hang
want
outside the
to-
door frame there and kind of like look in and peek in.
Mhm.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
9.
9. Looking in, the currents along, you look down and it looks like they might be continuing along the floor. You're not certain, but you see some like vague glowing coming from the floor itself. And along the table that looks like toppled over, and it looks like the legs from the top have actually been like kicked out or broken out from under it, and it looks like it's kind of like leaned down in. But you see a humanoid shape on top of the table, kind of like leaned down into the floor on top of this kind of like half broken table.
Is it strapped into the table?
from where you are, you can't see, but you're welcome to go get a closer look if you would.
Is it
boy.
moving at all?
You do not see it moving.
I am going to backtrack just a little bit and flip that light on in the next
Roll
room.
a stealth check for me real quick.
15.
Okay. So you back your way up a little bit. Are you backing all the way back to the generator room to turn the light on the
Yeah,
lantern?
I'm gonna flick the light on for my friends.
Okay. So you back
Oh,
all the
they
way
can see.
back out, and you guys watch the lantern light turn on,
Okay.
and you see Darrison there in the doorway.
I'm gonna wave for them to follow, to come this way.
I want to investigate the bottles though, so I'll do that, and then.
I imagine she can do that while I've been.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay. Was there anybody else who wanted to check out those rooms while Darrison was off playing spy?
I stand up really quickly and I'm like, whoa, I'm really starting to feel that drink.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna sit back down. Let me know when we're ready to go to the next room.
And you sit immediately back down.
Yes.
Great. Awesome.
Harrowing here.
So Limonita, go ahead
Yeah.
and roll me a. I guess you're like actively looking around, so we'll say an investigation check for this.
Then 21.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you look through, you get within the room that was to the left, past the. You don't go towards the crystalline.
No, I want
icy
the put. Yeah,
electrolyte.
I want the.
So you
bottles.
head in, and you can see there is a workbench, and there are beakers and those very ornate setups where liquid travels through the line
yeah.
to this one, and it gets lit. Like there's a couple setups like that, and you see these varying array of bottles that are varying different colors, and there are unguents and tinctures and all sorts of liquids around, but none of it looks labeled along this workbench here.
Okay, and does that roll account for the bookshelf too, or do I have?
Yeah, that's what I say. And as you look through it, and you can see that there are a number of tomes, and there are like a number of tomes and instruction manuals and things like that, and a lot of them have to deal with giving the natures of the elements a sustainable human form, or a sustainable usable form.
Okay.
If it's not human.
Okay.
So it looks like it finds ways to like capture and contain the essence of elements, and then to give those elements specific forms.
Okay. And then the bottles, I don't necessarily know what's like. I wouldn't know, or would I know because I just
Roll me a intelligence check. I'm gonna say using your proficiency modifier, since you are familiar with like poisons and like tonics and things
So
like
that's
that.
a 9. You said intelligence, so 11. No, 12. Sorry.
12. So there are a number of the ones that you're not quite familiar with, but there are a few that, given a quick glance or two, look like they would be akin to basic poisons. So it looks like there are like 2 vials themselves that could be used as like a basic poisonous material to like coat weaponry or something.
How big are these bottles?
They are probably like small beaker size, a little bit wider at the base, but like enough to be like held and concealed within a hand.
I want to take them. I want to take the little 2 that I recognize, and then another one of I don't recognize.
Okay. Roll me a d6.
Okay. 3.
Great. You get a blue vial.
Okay.
So you have 2 basic poisons
Okay.
and a vial of blue.
Basic poisons. And these are what you said that you coat weapons with?
Yes.
Okay.
So basic poisons can be applied to a weapon
Okay.
or to 5 ammunition. So they can be applied to like 5 arrows or 5 crossbow bolts or things like that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then I think I'm done. I'm gonna just take those things and go.
Come on, grab it. Do you wish to check out the icy crystally? Great, awesome. You just, you guys watch as Luminita like heads in for a bit, and you hear like some. Roll a sleight of hand check.
Let's see, 11 plus 3, so 14 plus 2, so 16.
16. Roll me a perception check since you were there at the door.
20.
Oh shit.
You hear some light, like you hear like a light clinking, but nothing more, and then emerging from that room and like back into the main room, you see Luminita.
My ears picked up on some metallic or glass
glass
sounds.
against glass.
What did you find? Anything?
Just some bottles and vials of mysterious materials. I'm not 100% sure. And then books about humanoid versus elements that is very out of my... I usually try to get rid of the humanoid with the elements, not necessarily build a new one.
Wait, you're saying they're building something with the elements?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, and I really don't like being here. There's some blue things, there's some stuff, and I actually did find that there is some poison. I know stuff, you know, the technical term. I found some poison that is used for coating weapons, so somebody is probably armed somewhere.
I kind of want to go back to that room and see if I can find those books.
As you guys are having this conversation is when Darrison comes through the other door.
Okay.
Oh, this is not good.
What is it?
No. No, I'm not following you.
I'm gonna follow him.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And then they just leave, and I'm like...
I don't know what it is, but it looks
You don't
scary.
know what is.
It?
What is it that you don't know what it is?
I don't know if it's sleeping or if it's dead. One of them is definitely dead.
It's a dragon.
I'll talk. Let me talk to it.
Darrison,
wait.
as you turn back, you look past the generator to the open doorway that was behind you at the thing, and you see this large crystalline arm with asymmetrical fingers, kind of like claws, lurch out from it and pull itself into the doorway, and you see this fully crystalline, almost icy type form with electrical currents running throughout it, and like the vague outline of some type of facial features just pulling its way through the doorway, and it just stares at you. I need everybody to roll initiative.
What did you do?
Well, I can't talk to it.
18.
Give me a second and we will come back to
Oh,
everybody.
19!
Better than I did. Man, and I was gonna go after those books.
Real quick as we do this, everybody hand me your characters and I will put them about where everybody was. Darrison was here throughout the door. Korak and Luminita were here, and Thone
You're
was
showing many. I
here.
love it.
You're not so
going
many.
to have
You're not so many. I like it.
this thing peering out through the doorway.
Fuck that.
It's not that big.
Oh, yeah, compared to your not so many over here.
All right.
Oh, fuck, it's even scarier on the front. Because I want to see
It's
the
a
back.
little creepy. It's definitely a little creepy.
Okay, that's the word for that.
Did you at least lost its name, or like maybe its weaknesses, or
Oh,
anything like
could
that?
I? That's really interesting. Lucian, what's your initiative?
I'm 6.
Okay. Awesome.
He's
Good talk.
very tipsy from that
He's shaking
drink.
it off.
Darrison,
10.
Korak,
7.
Thone,
19.
ooh, and
19 plus
Luminita.
18.
So 19 plus 1, sorry, 20.
Ooh, come
Where's-
on, dirty 20.
How you,
Initiative.
Oh,
So you
so
had
now
your-
I'm...
You're
so
21.
I'm 21.
Luminita's so speedy.
Oh, yep.
So you,
I had like 6 shots of whiskey. So
Hey,
Man.
Luminita was just woken up. It's fine.
it's fine.
Lucian had a very
You're just
strong
itching
drink
for a
too.
fight, apparently.
Yeah, I was like, nah.
Yes, you did a very strong
Yeah,
drink of Fiji.
yeah. Are you still sitting on the floor in the
Fiji.
corner?
Yeah, that's why his initiative's so low. He's still sitting down.
So
And
Luminita,
I'm
you
too
are
busy
up
wanting
first.
books.
You hear this sound of what sounds like glass or something scraping along the wall past Darrison, and you see Darrison turn and almost give this kind of like look of like the fuck, and it's like you're like, great, whatever he's talking about is here.
Okay.
But you are up first.
Oh, ooh. I don't know. Okay, I have no clue. I don't even know what to do. So, can I pass? Is that a thing? I don't even know.
You can. So what you can do is, since you don't know what it is yet, and you clearly are not okay with charging in.
No,
head
no.
first, you can hold a action with your short sword or your dagger or your hand crossbow to attack in case something comes out.
Oh, I'll do that. So I'll take my hand crossbow out and just have it at the ready? Is that what?
Yeah.
That's my action.
So you will draw your hand crossbow and you're going to still hang out here with Korak.
Right.
And if anything comes through this doorway, you're going to take a shot at it.
And can I move a little closer where Lucian is? So
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So you're going to move over behind Thone and over by Lucian.
Yeah.
And just hold your action in case something comes through. Whatever
Got it.
was over there comes through that doorway.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Great. That's going to bring us over to Thone.
I forgot about this sign.
So, as a free action, can I try to tell what it is?
You can. You were not in a position to look at it. You can move over into the room itself and give it a look.
Because it's in this room, not
Yeah.
this one. So if I
It's
move
like right at the doorway.
All right,
here.
can I move closer and try to tell what it is?
Great. So you go charging past and kind of like push your way past
Yeah.
Darrison over into here.
That's right.
You're kind of like, you got all of the big
Flat.
generator
Against the
machinery right at your left there. So go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
Mm.
Oh. Until.
Ah, 4.
You are very unfamiliar with what this is. You just know that it is not actively natural in any way.
Should I punch it?
I don't know. Do you wish to punch it?
Do you want to punch it?
You still have about
I got your
15
back,
feet
Tom.
of movement left from where you are, so you could reach it if you wanted to run up and begin dispensing some Loxodon justice.
I kind of want to wait on the defense as well. Thone never throws the first punch.
So what you can do is you can hang back and you can take the dodge action. And
do
so
that.
what that would do is anybody who attempts to attack you actually gets disadvantage on their attacks as you are trying to
Oh.
dodge and weave and kind of like.
I'll do that, and I'll call out nicely and ask him his name.
Okay. You call it and ask it its name, and
What's your name?
Oh, look, its turn next. You hear like the faint crackle of electricity. That's about it.
I don't speak
And
that
it's going to
language.
continue moving forward to you. And it's going to attempt to
Hello, friend.
slam down at you with both of its fists.
No.
But it does have disadvantage because you are dodging. Does an 11 hit your AC?
No.
You are easily able to dodge out of it with your Loxodon speed.
Excellent.
So it kind of like and when you watch when it slams down into the ground, you actually watch as some sparks of electricity actually erupt past
See,
its
that's
hand.
what I was worried about.
And now that you have a closer look of it, it looks almost like ice-like or crystalline in nature. Its whole body is built off of this.
I think if we attack this, we're gonna get shot.
That is going to bring us to Darrison.
Does it look humanoid in any way, or like purely
It is a
like
humanoid.
artificial?
It looks like the vague shape of a humanoid,
but
but
like a
you can almost see past it as you're looking through it. Like you see vague outlines of like things on the other side.
It's like, look at their glass.
I like that.
Um,
answer. That's
can
a
I-
good soup.
Can I sneak around?
So directly to the left of you is all of the machinery, so everything that's there is going to be difficult
What I say when
terrain.
I see a monster.
Even with my ability to climb?
With that, because all of it is kind of like smooth machinery, I would require an athletics check to be able to.
I want to try to scramble over and kind of round the room.
To the other side. Okay, so go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
Athletics. 12.
12, that's totally fine. That's enough to like actively be able to like
Scramble
climb
down
and
the
maneuver and scramble so that it doesn't waste any of your movement. It doesn't act as difficult terrain for you, so you'd be able to go 5, 10, 15, 20. You can get to 25, 30 to like around the corner of all the electrical equipment.
Okay, can I still see it?
Yeah.
Can I want to try to hold my action to use like minor illusion to create like electricity or like sparks or something that arcs off of this generator and try to distract it if Thone tries to hit it. Can I try to help him in any way?
Yeah, I'll allow that. So if Thone goes to attack, you're going to use minor illusion to
And try to
act as
make
like a
some sort
help
of
action.
distraction.
Definitely, I would totally allow that. That's awesome. Great. So that takes care of you. So we're going to move on over to Korak.
Do I have enough movement to get to it? Or
Um,
get near the door?
Well, let's see. You don't know where it is yet.
Yeah.
So we are going to go 5, 10, 15, 20 gets you to the doorway. Your movement speed is 30.
Yes.
So you would be just outside of its range of movement to get to it in one go. But you can spend your action dashing to get all the way up to it.
Which I couldn't, and I have the goring rush with my horns I could use with that.
Hey! I forgot about that.
Could?
Do it.
Oh boy, let's get this Minotaur
Gonna do it?
singed. Sure, let's
Yo!
roll a d6.
So as a Minotaur, you have to do an attack roll against it.
Yeah, but it's Goring Rush is 20 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, so you continue moving as it. So go ahead and roll an attack roll against it. And this is going to be like the full, your strength modifier plus your proficiency, all of that jazz.
Yeah. Oh, 11.
11 plus 2 is 13?
Yes.
Because it's strength plus proficiency?
Yeah.
Then that is going to hit.
Okay.
So you get to do 1d6 plus your strength modifier as you come charging in with your full Minotaur
That's
horns.
not a d6.
That's not a decent.
That no, d12 is my attack.
Oh. Excuse me.
No, you're
Oh, I'm doing
for,
attack
for your
roll.
horns.
Yeah, I'm
it's
doing the
a
horns.
D6.
That's right. I 1.
So you do 4 points of it. So you come charging it and you slam your horns into it. And the force that you put out with your horns, even then, it doesn't penetrate as deeply into its body as you expect it to.
Oops.
Spooky. Do you wish to do anything else?
I
I think that's your action, your bonus action, and
Yeah,
your move.
I can't do anything.
Okay, great. It's going to bring us over to Lucian.
Is Berspekian still summoned?
he was in your robes, right?
Yeah.
He was in robes,
Yeah.
so I'm going to say yeah.
He's still here? Okay. You want me to roll initiative for him?
He'll just act on
Probably
your
should've
go.
On my go? Okay. So, I'm going to be like, come on, little guy, go help him. And, like, send him along to do, like, the help action.
Okay.
Again,
No.
for a
So
yeah.
Lumi watches as little Bersmiggity.
I know.
Bersmigian.
family.
Yeah.
Of
The
course.
Northampton Bersmigians. Very well known.
So he can get basically like right under Thone's feet.
Thone is terrified.
He's like, yeah,
a
he
ball
is.
of flesh just like wiggles out from
He
under
watches
his
this like oddly like having to like almost pull itself on one arm as it walks. Because one of its legs is a little bit too small and one of its arms is a little bit too small, so it's almost just kind of like pulling itself along by an arm and a leg as it goes. It gets all the way to it, just kind of like peeks up at you, like past your big Loxodon form, and just continues looking at this thing. This thing is not... The thing you were fighting is not humanoid, but it can easily still register disgust at Bersmigian, just as much as you can.
It's the mouse and the elephant
Great,
situation.
yeah. That's gonna bring us back over to Luminito. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I think my turn.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
So I look at Luminito like, don't worry, Luminito.
Oh, no.
I'll protect you.
Oh no.
I've got you. And then I rush towards, like, stumbling towards the door.
Ooh, on water, yeah.
Yeah, just like a little
With a cherry
a little
in it.
tipsy.
Okay, great. Yeah, you get to
It
the
was a
doorway.
spiked cherry.
Right through. And Thone's blocking my line of sight.
He's giving the thing half cover.
Half cover?
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's on the other side of
And
Thone's
moving over this
very
is not
large
not. Can I move around this way and like see it?
It's because of the size of Thone, it's still gonna have half cover no
And
matter
Thorax
what, as long as you're on
right there
one
too.
half.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also there
So
too.
that's like 20 feet of movement.
Uh-huh.
So can I take the other 10 to get over here? Or is that gonna be just
So past this point right here is where
Yeah.
the generator is, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of machinery and parts and things. So into there is going to be difficult terrain.
Gosh, dang it. Okay. Fine. I'm gonna like stumble over the difficult. I'm gonna use all my movement to like get
Get to
over
there.
this and like
Well, you can get to there,
I get there.
or you can spend your action to continue moving.
I'll probably
past
have to continue moving past it because that's still still don't have line of sight on it, do I?
No.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna move all the way over here, and we're gonna get this way. Then we're gonna be like, oh wait, and then get in this corner right
Okay.
here.
Great. So you just like move
then
over to the
that's-
corner at the
yeah,
ready.
yeah.
All right. So now we're going over to Luminita.
Okay, so we have established that this is the only two options over on this side, right?
As much as you know. Yeah.
Again, much as I know. Okay, well, how much of this am I seeing?
You saw everybody charge through the doorway.
Okay.
You haven't seen.
Totally.
Okay, well then I
Heard
guess
Korak make an impact.
all right, so I'm gonna.
Yeah, you heard the sound of
Okay,
like
I'm gonna go
Korak
in.
smashing into glass, but you didn't see anything.
Okay, so I'm gonna
That's
walk
what I do
in,
best.
or not walk
So
in.
this gets you
rush in.
20 feet here.
That's
The
20.
thing still has half cover. You can see it past Korak, but you're having to actively continue like moving past, like trying to look past Thone and Korak.
Okay.
So if you try to shoot from there, it's still gonna have half cover for you.
Okay, I'm gonna try. So, and this is impeding everything, so I would have to
Correct.
like hop over it. Or whatever?
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hop over it.
Cool. You can either do an athletics check to climb past it, or an acrobatics check to kind of like parkour.
Well, I'm gonna
Parkour,
athletics
parkour.
because I have a proficiency in it.
All right. So athletics, that it.
8, minus 1, plus 2, so,
So
9.
9.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're able to just like it's not going to be
Okay.
enough. It's a lot of slick machinery,
Okay.
and you can still see some of that vague kind of like frost like icy covering along some of them. So it is a little bit slicker than you
Okay.
anticipated.
So I'm just back over here, so
Yeah.
I couldn't get any purchase. Okay.
You're about halfway through the machinery.
Oh,
you're
so
kind of
I-
like in amongst all the pipes. and
Got it.
things.
Okay.
Please
And
don't shoot
and
me.
then
That is your movement, so you can continue. You can try to take a shot at it with your hand crossbow if
I
you
don't
like,
think
or
I
you can
have.
continue moving past it
Ow.
with a dash action to get past all the machinery.
I'm
over
gonna
to
do
the other
that.
side.
I'm
Okay,
gonna do that.
great. So you're just going to continue moving on over to the other side. You see, you've got Lucian over here and Darrison over on this side.
Okay.
Got all the humanoids on one side.
You're good there.
Yes.
Great. That's going to bring us over to Thone.
All right. Where are the frost pipes in this room?
They are up above you to the left of you, almost like coming out from that other room.
Cool. I'm gonna shout out to people that we should bust the frost pipes on this guy. We should bust him open.
That's a brilliant idea.
That's actually a good idea. Yeah.
He's crystal. Frost is cold.
I'm too busy. Head deep.
Because
in this.
I think this guy's gonna mess us up. So I'm gonna see if I can back up to underneath where the frost pipes are. Can I reach him?
Okay, so as you take a step back, it is going to try to
Attack of opportunity.
hit you
Yeah.
with
Yep.
its fisticuffs. An 11 still does not hit your AC, so
Nope.
you are fine. So you can back up, and you're able to kind of like reach up and grab onto them if you want.
All right. Yeah. I want to see if I can damage the pipes enough to let out frost.
Great, go ahead and roll me like an unarmed attack against them.
Like roll to hit.
Yeah.
Regular stuff. Okay. Nat 20.
Yeah.
Hey! You wrap around the pipe with your trunk and rip it out and point it in the direction of it, and this cold air comes out pointed at it. Korak, I'm going to need you
Sorry.
and Lucian, I will need you to roll a dexterity save for
Oh, a dexterity add-on.
Versmigian?
Yeah.
Great, Versmigian.
Do I still get my modifier or no?
9.
Yeah.
Okay, so 15.
9. I don't know what his modifiers are.
Okay. So both the thing and you are going to take 3 points of cold damage as this blast of frigid air erupts from the pipe. And then or you take less, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
So you take 1 point of cold
Okay.
damage, and Versmigian and the thing both are going to take 3 points of cold damage.
My baby.
Please note that Versmigian has 22 hit points.
Thank you.
And
wow.
his full
Wow.
stat save.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
The little
tanky ass
flash?
little
He
Yeah.
can't actually do anything.
like-
His
Oh.
whole entire purpose is that he literally just jumps in the way.
Okay.
That's like 3 times my hit
He's
points.
just a ball of flash.
Yeah,
just a ball
no,
of
his,
flesh.
his literal purpose is just to act as a flesh ball that goes,
Well,
take
he's a little
my,
tank splash ball.
take my life instead,
Oh my
master.
God. Does anybody have more than 22 hit points?
No.
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 Okay.
He has the most,
Versmigian is
yeah.
the tank.
I have a, yeah, I have
Versmigian is
plans
the
now.
tank of the
I
party.
have the next highest amount of health.
All right.
Real quick, I will
Versmigian is
give you an
literally
idea
party
of
style.
Sorry about the cold
Versmigian.
blast.
So Versmigian is a servitor
I know you
roll.
can take
You can
it.
see right here. So he's gonna have 22 hit points,
Okay.
and pretty much like he doesn't
he's
actually
definitely
like
failed that
really
dex save.
like hit. His whole purpose is this right here.
Self-sacrifice. When a creature within 5 feet of the thrall is hit by an attack, the thrall swaps places with that creature and is hit instead.
Wow.
He literally
Okay.
goes, "No, take me."
Oh wow.
His whole
Take a
purpose is
bullet
he
for
wants
you.
to die.
He's your little
Oh
bodyguard.
no.
That's
Oh.
Welcome to you named it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You only had him for one day.
You were foolish enough to give it a
My
name.
parents didn't
It's
tell me
going
this
to
part.
die.
I wonder why. Because you are a naive little child.
He's
So
19 now.
this thing.
He's all grown up.
So this one is going. So he's going to try to attack Thone with his.
Thone or me?
Sorry, Korak.
Yeah.
With his slam attack. That is going to be a 16 to hit.
Ugh. Yeah. I'm
Does
14.
Versmigian jump in the way?
It will only protect you, right? Or is it?
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it hasn't been trained yet to protect
Yeah.
anybody
Yeah.
else. It only
No,
knows to
it
protect
doesn't.
you.
So I take.
So you are going to take
No.
3 points of bludgeoning damage and 6 points of lightning damage.
Ooh.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, I
This is
am
what I was
proficient in
worried
that, so
about.
I get to roll twice.
No, so you just roll. You roll and add your
proficiency.
Constitution modifier and your proficiency modifier.
17, 19.
That's plenty. So you are fine. So the as it slams into you, you actually feel it feels like ice, like cold ice of his hand, like these crystalline arms. And as they slam into you, you almost hear this like little bit of shatter, and this electrical shock just courses through your body. And it just kind of like stands there.
Just thanks, sir.
Darrison.
Are there on that table there are there any like science experiments or things on the table?
There are like some writing instruments, maybe some tools.
But nothing that looks particularly dangerous.
Not that you see.
Okay. I'm going to. Well, first I will give a little bit of sympathy to Korak and just let him know I'm rooting for him.
You got
And
it, buddy.
pass a bit of bardic inspiration his way.
Great.
And I'm just gonna try this.
Oh no.
Give it a little dissonant whispers on the monstrosity.
Okay.
Is he able to hear?
Yes.
Okay, because a deafened creature would automatically succeed
Nope.
the save. He needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
It is a 9.
Oh, that I'm pretty sure definitely fails.
Oh yeah. Your DC is like
yeah, my DC is 13.
13 or something.
So he takes 3d6 psychic damage.
So what do you say to it as you kind of like call out?
I just a long string of expletives like, oh fuck, god damn it, this has really gone horribly wrong. Please go away.
Okay.
Just at a loss for words, really, other than the curse words.
Okay.
In abyssal to sound very
Oh,
menacing.
love it.
That will be 7 points of psychic damage, and it must immediately use its reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Ooh, okay. So Bersmigian and Korak and Thone are all going to get attacks of opportunity against this thing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I can't rage. when I do
Bersmigian,
this.
roll an attack. Bersmigian misses.
It was a 3.
It's a slap of flesh on the ground.
Just
Does this include my strength?
and your
You like
proficiency
an attacker?
modifier.
12.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. You're attacking with your weapon.
5. As it epically worked halfway.
Okay, and Thone.
15.
That is going to hit. Go ahead and roll for damage with your
My fists.
fist.
How much is this 1d4, right?
Yep. Because you are a monk plus your.
Plus strength. Yeah.
2.
Okay. And you see, as these hits impact, it does not leave that much damage. But you watched as whenever Darrison called out to it, you watched as the ice and glass like around its head started to like shatter and like crack
Ooh.
around it as it continued fleeing.
And with my movement, I'm ducking back towards the room I presume this thing came from.
Okay. So you head into here.
Yes. far
As you
I can
round
go.
this corner, you see another one of these creatures emerging from this doorway.
Boy.
Do I have any movement left?
You have 15 feet of movement
I'm
left.
turning back around and I'm going back.
Are you gonna shut the door? You should shut the
This-
door.
Can I close
Just be
the door
like,
behind
there's
you?
Yeah, you
There's nothing
can.
in there.
Slam the door shut. and
Darrison
then-
goes walking through, and you guys watch as he stops and just goes. Never mind.
Slam the door shut, and I am just power walking towards the exit.
Get to there.
We gotta go.
Korak, you are up.
Smush it.
Smush it.
Because that's what my character would do. Can I get to it with my regular movement speed?
Yes, you can, totally.
Okay. And am I flanking it because its back is turned to me?
It is not. In order to flank it, you have to be on both, like, somebody that you
It
are
was
allied with
flanked
have to be on
earlier.
either side of it.
Oh, okay. I would like to rage. 'Cause
Okay.
I got electrocuted.
Yeah.
And I'm angry.
So as this, as the electrical current, like, soars over you, you just cry out with this inhuman rage just courses through your veins. You slash it at one time, and as it, like, fully courses, you just charge past Thone, past the open doorway, and go to lash out at it. So go ahead and roll for an attack.
17.
Oh, yeah.
20.
Great. No, super hit. And then make sure to roll. Make sure to add your
Wrong.
rage damage to it as well.
Yes. I got 2 uses, right?
You have 2 uses of rage,
Per round,
but
that's right.
rage adds 2 points to that,
Ooh.
plus your strength.
1. My damage. I forget.
1
It's-
plus your strength plus 2.
2. Yeah.
Okay, so
That's
4, 6, but don't I also get the +5 from my great axe?
That's to hit it.
Oh, okay.
That's to roll to hit.
Then yes, 7.
7 total?
Yes. No. 6.
6 total?
Yeah,
Okay.
6.
So you go slicing through,
Math-
and
math is
it is barely holding on. You can see cracks are starting to form along the outside of it,
Yeah.
all over. You do see electricity coursing through it at a very erratic pace.
Yeah, I was gonna aim for his head.
Okay.
I hit it though,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything else.
Okay. That's gonna bring us to Lucian.
Darrison, what did you see that way?
It's another one.
I've got this.
Oh,
Don't worry. Do I have enough movement to get over there?
oh
3. I don't know.
25, 30. You can get to the doorway and kind of like peek around
Can I
over to it.
Can I see it? Okay, cool. I've got this. So I just point and I draw an Orzhov signet in the air. I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead. He has to make a wisdom save.
Oh, wisdom save.
Whoa.
Fuck this guy's chance. That's a 5.
Oh, he fails. Okay.
Great.
So he's gonna take 1d8 necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5.
5
Plus.
points of the-
Oh wait, just
No,
5,
just 5.
right? Yeah.
Does necrotic damage work on non-biological humanoids?
We'll see.
no.
Yes.
Okay.
I knew that.
Unless it says it was. I knew that. You watch as this dolorous sound just rings out near it, and you can see like the faint bits of crack along the front of it, and it just like you see like electricity start to like surge towards its hands as it kind of like grasps the edge of the doorway.
I don't know why you guys are afraid of these things.
Mimita, it's your go.
I run towards the door and pull him back, move him out of the door frame, back into the other room.
I've got this.
Yeah, I know you.
So
I know
if you
you.
grab onto him, if you're moving him, you
Yeah.
can move at half speed, so you can move him
Yeah.
back to there with your movement.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Okay.
And then I guess that's it. I mean, because I don't know what else I can do. Can I do anything else?
We can hold an action.
Yeah, as I say, you can hold your action again, so if something comes out...
Yeah,
you'll
I'll just
try-
hold my
okay.
action. Yeah.
Great, so you have your hand crossbow at the ready. You
Yeah,
feel like-
yeah.
You just grab onto him and you're like...
Yeah, I just pull him back, and then I got it. Yeah.
So you get your arm like kind of
Yeah,
braced
yeah.
on his shoulder,
Yeah.
ready to go. Great. Thone, you are up.
Excellent. Time to punch the guy that's behind me.
Okay. So you go
Barreling through
charging
me.
out of the room over to Bukorak. Let's go ahead and punch away.
All right.
Please kill it.
9 plus 2 hit. That's just strength.
It'd be strength plus proficiency.
All right. 12.
12, that will hit.
Cool. And I get 2 attacks per turn as a monk, right?
You can use your bonus action to do another unarmed strike, unless
That's gonna be 4 damage.
4 points of damage. Got it. It is looking severely cracked, and you see the electricity within it is just like surging
Oh
erratically.
no. This
I'm gonna
sounds
smush it
bad.
again.
Oh no.
That definitely hits.
Oh yeah.
And that's another 4.
Wow.
As your fist hits, you hear this large crack and then this boom as the electricity within it just bursts out. I need both of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit.
Alright.
You can add your bardic inspiration.
That yeah.
Oh.
Nat 20 and proficiency bonus.
14
Nat 20, man.
plus
Son
4
is
is
killing it.
18.
I love it! So you both save, so you actually only take 2 points of lightning damage.
Still take
From
damage.
the surrounding it. Could have been a
I'm
lot
looking
worse
rough,
if you
though.
failed it, but it's fine.
I've got blood like coming through
Yeah.
my nose and mouth.
Yeah.
I am rough.
But it is shattered and on the ground.
Okay.
Okay.
You did it. You did the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So its turn is not up next, but now it is the other one's
Oh,
turn.
shit.
So it is going to come charging through 5, 10, 15, 20. It gets to the doorway, illuminates, and lets off a shot.
Okay, and that's what? D6?
roll a
What do you make your
d20
attack?
and then
Oh.
add 5 to
Okay.
it to
You
try
were
to get it.
way too happy when you went to grab that.
So
You
that's...
don't know.
I can do this. Hold on, I got this. 21.
21 definitely gonna hit.
Okay.
And you're rolling for a hand crossbow, so it's gonna be a d4 plus 3.
What's a 4? This one.
Yep.
This one's a 4.
A
Okay.
triangle.
So plus 3, so 5.
5 points of damage?
Yeah.
So you let off a bolt against it, and it sinks, but not as far in as you would expect it to go.
Okay.
And it's going to make its way there, and it's going to make a slam attack against Lucian.
Come on, bitch. Can't handle this.
14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Oh,
Lucian
shit.
takes...
Oh shit.
Oh no!
Lucian takes 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fuck, he's almost dead too.
That's just bludgeoning.
For those at home, I have 9
And
hit points.
1 hit point of lightning damage.
For those at home, I only have 1 hit point left.
And I need you to make a constitution
Oh
saving
no! I'm good at those. 19.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
You are fine.
Okay.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Both me and Lucian are gonna die.
Okay,
Oh shit.
Darrison, you're up.
So, I am going to, because it worked the first time, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on this one again. And this time, with a little more gusto, I'm going to tell it to keep its hands off of the kid.
So eloquent.
I know. That was a lot.
A little more gusto, but no confidence.
-3 is 11.
It's a DC 13, so...
Okay, it takes the hit.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 psychic damage, and must flee.
Immediately run away. Lucian, you can get an opportunity attack against it since it ran away from you.
13?
Hey.
I
yeah,
don't
that-
think I have any
that
like,
totally hits.
modifiers. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just a D4?
A punch.
We have a dagger.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I do have
Just
a
throw this dagger
As a
from
punch
the
attack.
That's
sky.
a D4 though.
Yeah.
So
Plus 1 for your dexterity modifier.
4.
4 points of damage. Great.
Suddenly, I
So
don't
you
feel
do-
so
you're like,
tipsy,
I
guys.
got
I don't know
this. And you hear like a slight scrape against glass.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a terrible noise.
I don't feel so tipsy anymore, guys. I don't know what happened.
A monster attacked you.
Oh,
That's
my
what
head
happened.
hurts.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab Lucian by the shoulders, shake him a little bit, and just tell him to get out of here and keep himself safe. And I'm going to pass a little bardic inspiration his way.
Okay.
I
Great.
think I'm sobering up.
And I'm actually going to slip past him, just inside that doorway, and keep an eye on...
Matters.
Yeah, keep an eye on this
Okay.
thing.
That'll bring us over to Korak.
And I will draw my rapier.
Great.
I'm still angry, but I don't know I don't know about this other monster.
You've
say that there was
heard
another
like
one
you've
when I
heard the
slammed the door
impact
behind
of
me.
something like hitting. We're not at your turn yet. We'll be at your turn shortly. I forgot you just
That was his
opportunity attack.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
I will. Can I move to the group?
You can get pretty much almost to Lucian and Luminitza.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action for a ready attack.
Okay, so if something comes back through the door, you're gonna smack it in the face. I
Because-
love it.
I'm rough.
Yeah, you're looking rough.
Lucian.
I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
But Smegian, come here. Come here. Come here, little dude.
If someone's like,
Stay right here with me. Just stay right here.
actually, it can't even like properly breathe because it's got the mask on. It's like,
Oh my gosh.
okay, so it gets up to you.
Can I just like peek around and look and still get like full line of sight, or have to like
Yeah.
fully step out there?
Because he's past the door. You can peek out
Okay,
through there.
I'm gonna like sheepishly peek around, and I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead again.
Oh, okay, great. It makes a wisdom save.
Ding dong.
Your guy
Yeah.
didn't save you when you got hit.
He wasn't. He was too far away.
It rolled a 12, but it's a wisdom save.
Yes.
So that's a 9.
Okay, well my DC's 15.
Okay.
So, and now he's gonna take a D12 because he's already taken damage. Instead of the D8. 7 necrotic damage.
7 points of damage. So you, Lucian and Darrison, you watch as this sound just erupts in the air close by, and it just ripples through, and you see cracks and breaks and cracks and breaks and cracks and breaks, and then it shatters, and it spits out ice and electricity about halfway into the room, and then it all just stops.
I told you I would protect you.
I have nothing to say.
I'm so lucky I didn't have to fight again.
Are we still in initiative?
Oh, that's it? Okay.
She's speechless from my combat ability.
I will.
Yeah, actually, I am at this moment. Maybe I did drink too much this morning.
Well, it. Good job,
Good
Lucian.
job, everyone.
Thank you. I think the alcohol gave me the courage I needed to face down these enemies.
I'm glad.
Sure.
Whatever helps.
Yeah. Well, that was interesting.
I'm just raging from anger, and I'm gonna
Do-
break the desk near me.
Okay.
You-
Yeah.
And then I just move away. After that conversation we had this
fair.
morning, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna hit
That's
it.
yeah.
I'm just Shatter that
Luminitsa, do you want to see where these came from?
Yeah, I mean we're already in this, and so let's go.
I just don't want to go alone this
All
time.
right, it's fine. We're going. We're doing this.
And I will lead her into the room. Before we go through this next door, I will warn her that there is a charred dead body on the other side of the door. Before I open it, and there is a charred dead
And-
body.
And you can see a charred dead body with multiple shards of ice just like littered across it, with like still faint bits of electricity like whirring through the ice shards.
So just watch your step.
It's fascinating. I wonder what happened to this guy, because I mean, I don't think that's electricity. Well, I don't know actually, but it looks fascinating.
Roll a medicine check.
Okay. Nope.
Nope.
Don't know.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
Dead
Just
body.
find it
I wanna
interesting.
I want to roll a medicine.
I want to go into
Yeah.
this room
I'll let
that I
you roll
didn't
medicine
fully
check.
explore.
Nope.
Nope.
No one knows what happened to
knows.
this body.
I
It's
think-
fine.
I know what happened to this
Oh,
body.
Oh.
Okay. Great. I'm really glad that you
Doesn't-
failed
No.
at this point, because
No,
at this point, no one's rolling.
No,
we're just
I-
gonna stop this.
Continue
moving forward.
I want to go into the room that I did not fully explore yet, where presumably these seeds came from, and take a look around.
Great.
Just a
I'll follow
general
them.
surveillance of the room.
As you walk in, surrounded behind you with the other members of your party, you walk into a room, and on the table, the front legs of it seem to have collapsed underneath it, and you see all sorts of electrical burns along the walls and the ceiling, all along these things. And on the table, collapsed down in, it looks like some type of construct body. You're not sure what. Thone, you recognize one of its arms looking akin to the device that you had seen, but it looks like there is lots of blast damage and like faint bits of ice crystals surrounding the like blast around it, and like a bent and broken baton leading out of its hand, and its chest has like exploded out, and there are those icy electrical crystals that you had seen before kind of like emanating around the blast around it.
I would like to, from as far away as I can, gently poke this thing on the table with my rapier and make sure it does not react.
Oh.
As you poke it, the rest of its body slides down the broken table and like onto the floor.
Does that make like a massive commotion or
Oh
something?
yeah, it's just loud banging
Gonna
noises.
run over that way and see what's happening.
So I was gonna say, so you arrive and you see Darrison standing over rapier in hand over this kind of like collapsed constructy form.
Oh, and you also saw a charred
Don't
body
worry,
at one time.
Lucy and I got the last one.
You killed it all
We're
by
safe.
yourself?
It's
amazing.
I did it.
I would like to look around the rest of the room and see what is in here.
Great. at this point, I'm going to assume the rest of you have continued to follow suit.
Yes, yeah.
So, 2 of you may make investigation checks, or 1 of you may make it at advantage, however you choose to do so.
I have auto advantage, so.
I will.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that. Yeah.
So go ahead and you roll at advantage and you roll normal.
Hey.
17.
Good. I had an 8.
No. Okay. So looking around, you
look
can
at
now
that.
see the faint bits of glowing that Darrison had seen before. It looks like impacted ground, and there are clusters of these kind of like icy crystals at the center of the impact, and there's like faint bits of glowing around it on 2 locations away from this constructed body. And you can see all sorts of disheveled and broken materials all around it.
Are there any like bags or pouches around?
With the investigation check that you rolled, not that you can see.
Even an empty one or like a piece of cloth?
No.
I,
Not
I
from
want
within
to
there.
find
nothing
something
there.
if I were to take one of these crystals that I could like put it in.
There are a few, as you go past, you can look in and see there is another a room that has like a mesh cage on it. It looks kind of maybe like an observational room. Everything within here looks pretty like charred and disheveled and like moved over. And all of this is varying levels of height. Like you often have to like crouch down to get through doorways and things like that within here. And you can see a few jars that have as you both are checking it out, within the observational room you can see a few jars that look like they have strands of those memory strands.
I definitely want to grab those.
Okay. And you maybe see like a tin box or something that is like empty and thrown to the ground. It doesn't fully close all the way because it is broken, but you could easily probably scoop up some of these like icy electrical crystal-y thingies if you wish.
Is there a desk in this room?
Not within the room where you saw the thing, but there is within the kind of like observational chamber.
I want to check out the desk.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
12.
12. You see like a few scraps, things like that. And one of the things that you see tucked away in like one of the desks is a writ of experimentation upon electrical weaponry signed by the Azorius Senate.
Okay.
Ooh.
Permitting the experimentation in the use of electrical weaponry for purposes of like subdual and like capturing.
Okay. I'm gonna Lucian, I think I have something that's in your purview, and I hand it to him.
And she hands off the writ, and it's a it allows proper experimentation.
So this is all legal. They're not even doing this like off the books. They're just like brazenly doing this.
Yeah, that's why I said it was your purview.
Interesting. So they're creating better constructs for crowd control, maybe?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I saw books, but I don't know enough about the writ to. I mean.
Is there anything I can deduce from this? Just by
Roll
reading it,
a insight check as you kind of like look over the writ.
14.
14. Everything looks legit about it. It looks like this is giving clearance for the experimentation and study of these devices. The writ itself does not necessarily give allowance for the implementation of them
I see. So purely experimental, but
from the writ that you have.
Okay.
You said that the construct's arm had a was part of the blueprint with the electrical rod-esque device.
That don't recognize
Okay,
that.
can I try? That'd be a stretch. I was gonna say, can I just rip this? How big is it?
You're raging. Roll me a strength check.
Oh. Well, I didn't know how big it is. If I could put it in a bag, a pouch.
Well, that's like you can try to like rip it off of the construct.
19.
19 easily.
And then I just go, oh shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're raging, so you actually get advantage. So roll again, just in case you like.
Oh god.
Roll
You
a
know,
20.
you get a nat
Oh,
20.
really, you know.
Nope, a 2.
No,
I'm
okay,
going with
great.
it.
So pretty easily, like it takes you a second tug, but you like kind of like pull at it and it jostles the full body, and everybody kind of turns like, "What are you doing?" And you like, and just like hold it limply in the air. And so you're holding it, and now whenever you're holding it up, the palm like falls out open, and you can see the like open bit where the broken stun baton kind of like points out and is bent and broken and damaged out of the hole in the palm.
Ooh.
And Darrison took all the memory strands and put it in a tin, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. This is way too early in the morning for this. That's what I have to say, because I don't.
Yeah, this is a rough start to the day.
I don't. I have to say something I don't think I've ever said. I think we're out of our league. Like, out of our league with this. I don't even know what we do. I mean,
But we killed them all.
true. I'm with you on that, but it's. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Unless.
If
Well-
I had, say, my vote is for a little R&R, maybe some lunch, and maybe collect our thoughts and figure out what the fuck we're supposed to be doing.
I would be okay. I need to go pick up stuff from my contact. Yeah? Yeah? No, it's a week.
Yeah.
Ah,
But-
damn. I have to do my job then.
I have a contact in the area. He was talking about this device in Zoval, and apparently this arm has part of the device or something similar. He gave me a day. He may also have information on Zoval and all this. If we want to go over there, and he could take a look at this.
Then that sounds like a great place to have lunch.
Are we gonna take it with us?
Yes.
The arm? Yes.
Yes.
No, the whole thing.
No, the arm.
Why not?
The only.
Why?
He can carry.
I could just sling
Yeah,
it on my
let's not
back.
walk
It
around
is
with
a
the
bit
body.
conspicuous.
Yes.
Yes, the arm will do just
That's
fine.
true. Stealth. Good
Yes.
thinking.
He can crouch
Steps.
the whole way.
No.
I'm not gonna crouch that long.
I'm just gonna say a no.
I still want those books.
Okay.
I would like to take a look at the books in this room where the guy died.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a investigation check as you're kind of like checking everything out.
6.
Looking everything over, it's hard to make sense of it. A lot of these start having very overly blown out, like, Izzet names. And it is very hard to wrap your brain around, and it sounds like these may be like discarded experiments or things of that nature, but none of them ring out the idea of like capturing the essence of the elements, putting like anything like that. It looks like these are all just kind of like discarded ideas and experimentation.
I will take the most
yeah.
important, nicest looking one.
Great. Roll me a d6.
6.
Great. Going right down that you have a very thick leather-bound Izzet Science journal. You are gonna have
So many
Oh,
books.
no.
you have so many fake books. Let me tell you. You have an Azoria's law book. You have an Izzet Science book.
I like to call
This
them
is-
props
This is great. I like to call them
for my bardic performance.
props.
Oh my god.
Darrison, could you heal me? I'm starting to feel a little hungover from that drink.
I am feeling hungover myself from doing lots of magic today. That's why I think we should all get some rest.
That sounds like a fine idea.
So you guys are going to be heading over to Korak's. Is it
To a
contact?
great little brunch place nearby for a little something to eat and
Okay. Well, you
a
guys.
short rest, we call it in the D&D world.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to be heading over
At the
to Korak's. contact, and that is actually where we're going to leave everything off for this time. So next time we are going to pick everything back up.
Wait, do I still have it?
I'm still here, I promise.
Oh, okay, you got it.
That is where we're going to leave everything off this time, and we're going to pick things back up with heading back to Kapask to hopefully get a little bit more information about what on earth this arm is and everything. As we conclude everything tonight, I really, really want to thank... We actually have a new subscriber tonight!
Yay!
Thank you guys so much! Marth1921. Thank you so much for subscribing. Everybody continue to do what you can to spread the great word and bring us followers and subscribers as much as we can so we can continue producing great content for you guys. Again, this coming Friday night, we are going to be having a rebroadcast of episodes 3, 4, and tonight's episode 5. All together back to back for those of you who are trying to get caught up. I know that some of you were worried about missing episodes 1 and 2. Do not worry. We're actually in the process of getting everything set up to have our own YouTube channel where we can fully upload the edited copies of our previous streams so everybody can get caught up. Keep an eye out for that. That should be dropping around May. And this coming Friday, you'll be able to get caught up on episodes 3, 4, and 5 of the stream. And then join us Saturday for a kind of casual hangout night where we will be doing some mini painting and kind of clashing with each other with some Commander. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, thank you, our new subscriber. Thank you to Flip and the Combined Effort for providing music for us tonight that we will continue playing through the close of this stream. And we hope you guys have an absolutely fantastic week. Have a good night, y'all.
When I rhyme, I forget about the reason. The truth is, I waited too long to write this. I know that, I know this, I hate that, I'm like this. This isn't the same hocus pocus language I'm writing. Most people don't know that I'm hurting, but fighting. And I won't lie, there were times I wanted to give up. Sometimes I feel like this music is all I'm made of. I'm still not sure if I love myself enough, but I need to love others too. I can't deny all the fine print of my eyes. I'm blind, you done burned my iris out. And I won't deny I'm a fool, that's right. So why don't we all just go outside? Outside seems pretty unwise. Wide-eyed, I'ma go where the sun's bright. Wide-eyed, I used to be wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. A goody two-shoes with no clue I could have failed. But now I melt like a crayon under a ray gun. I'm an elf in Santa's workshop trying to make fun, but I make fun of myself by existing on this planet. Comparison's the thief of joy and I'm the barefoot bandit. It's been a banner day, it's been a banner year for crying anime tears. I float my boat on oceans of my deepest fears. I've been accused by lovers of appearing insincere. I've been the used and been the user, but it isn't clear which side of the divide I'm on here. Cheer me up, steer my pupil in the light. It's like being born again at night. I can't deny all the fine print on my eyes. I'm blind, you done burned my iris out. And I won't deny I'm a fool. I can't deny